Famer Mark Tauscher. Live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It is the Thursday edition. Yes, the engagement edition. Congratulations again to Austin and Sarah. Was there a news story about this engagement, Jesse?
Multiple news stories.
Was Tausch mentioned in any of them?
The picture we see was featured on at least one news outlet's Facebook page.
What?
This picture right here was CBS 58 in Milwaukee.
I don't have the video stream again. Where's the video stream?
I'm not in charge
What
of
are
what's
we
going
doing?
on there, old T.
Come on, Big Cat. Hey, Big Cat, where's my video stream? Big Cat can't wait for me to get out of Milwaukee now.
Good luck, Big Cat.
I can't blame
Big Cat's ready for old T to head home.
Oh, you want your stream up so you can watch it.
I like watching it, yeah. I want to see Jason, even though it's 3 seconds delayed.
I'll take care of it.
Why do you sound growly this morning?
Thanks, Big Cat. I'm not growly.
You sound grizzled.
I'm kind of annoyed with you guys talking about how I sound and feel and grumpy and blah, blah. Not another long night, that's why.
He said grumpily. Edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker. Hey, Joshy.
Got a Big Cat in the house.
You just saw him go by, putting on your little TV screen for you. The ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video now for Tausch as well in the Grubel offices, One Call, That's All Studios on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on Wisconsin On Demand. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson back where he belongs again in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and continuing his week-long stay in Milwaukee. There goes Josh again. He's moving around a lot over there. Is the Packers Hall of Famer. How long are you staying there exactly?
I might move
Mark
here.
Tausch.
I'm loving it. I get to hang with my boy, Big Cat. Get to see Jen and Gabe and Chewy. One more day is where I'm at.
So you got one more
I'm
day.
nervous. I'm very nervous.
About what?
Well, so I'm doing my hit with Vinny and the boys on WTMJ and Brandon, our sports
In person?
guy. Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't do it in person.
You're in Milwaukee.
I know. It's a weird deal. It's a different dynamic. I don't know why. It just didn't work out. We couldn't. I stayed out too late. Anyways, we're sitting there, and I hear Brandon say, Giannis Antetokounmpo questionable tonight.
Oh, you going to the Bucks game
no.
again?
Well, yeah, I got the family coming. We're all going to the Bucks game tonight. And now Giannis ain't going to play, potentially. I'm going to probably blow my gasket tomorrow morning if he doesn't play. Just FYI. So y'all better be hoping Giannis plays.
I'm kind of hoping he doesn't now.
That's really
The Stars just do not want to play when you
No,
go to
I don't
Bucks
know what
games.
the deal is. It seems to turn out that that's kind of the case.
Giving new meaning to the phrase, the stars are out tonight, at least when Tausch is there. All right, so has this turned your mood already?
No.
That and your fatigue?
I am incredibly optimistic because we know Yanni's a competitor now. The Magic smoked us last time we played. You know Yanni wants to get one. You know he wants that. He wants to beat up on the Magic tonight, right? But
First of all, why are you calling him Yanni? Isn't that long-haired guy that plays like some instrumental music? Isn't that Yanni?
I don't know. Is it? I'm not amused. I've tried to tell you, I love singing. I don't know anything about music.
I don't know who is Yanni, but Giannis, I don't think has ever gone by Yanni in any circle.
Well, I'm going to call him Yanni.
And then he's going to sit out.
Well, that's what it's starting to look like. Maybe Thani will play.
I was going to play, but then I heard Tausch call me Yanni on the radio, and I said, you know what? Forget that guy. I'm going to take the night off.
If Yanni gives us a shout-out and doesn't play, I'm fine with it. How's that? I'll be fine.
Well, you're not. This is terrible motivation.
What do you mean?
I really want to see him play.
If I'm motivating Yanni, we're in big trouble. Anyways, I hope he plays. If he
Stop
doesn't,
calling him Yanni.
Okay.
I don't like it.
But the bottom line is we're going to have a great time regardless. But I will be grumpy and I will be cranky if he doesn't play, just so you guys know. Jason, before you get into your story, and I am dying to hear this.
I'm not even sure I will.
I need to – this is not an IPT.
Oh, boy.
You guys all know Wisey is the inventor of Jump Around, one of the inventors of Jump Around, one of my best buddies. We had dinner last night. We had a couple other people. And afterwards, we had a nightcap, had a glass of wine, and just enjoyed a fun night.
Okay.
And, typically people come up and they're awesome. There's just great interactions. You have fun, and then everybody kind of take a picture, and everybody goes away.
Sure.
You go back to your conversation.
Uh-huh.
So Wise, over the years, he's one of my most loyal buddies. He has always got my best interest at heart. So last night is the first time in a long time that I had to text him, come help me. I was in a conversation I couldn't get out of. I couldn't get out of it. It was
like Elaine
nonstop.
tapping her head?
It was worse than that. I was tippy canoe or whatever she was doing. I'm doing everything. So here's what happens. It's about 10, 15 minutes. He finally looks at his phone, and he's sitting like 4 people down. He goes, Tau, I need you over here. So I go over, and I sit down by my buddy Benny. Yeah, he calls me Tau. So I go over, and I'm sitting by Benny, and we're having a nice conversation. Wisey kind of, he takes some shrapnel. But then old Wisey was like, I've had enough shrapnel. I'm not. So old boy comes back around, and I could not get out of the conversation.
I'm yelling from the original
conversation person.
The
original that he kind of got me out of and moved around. He comes back. So in my other buddy Cleves, I'm yelling, Cleves, Cleves, and he is just oblivious. So he ain't helping. But Wisey. So in essence, what happened? So Wise was great. He got me out of the first conundrum. But then the second time around, in essence, Wisey threw me a life preserver. But then instead of helping me up on the boat, he left me out there to drown.
With the life preserver?
Well, I think he kind of pulled the life preserver back in because he sees back out there. Was Wise in the wrong? And I told Wisey, he's listening. I told him I'm gonna tell this story, and I want to get Jason and Jesse's opinion on it. Did he do enough? Should he have done more? Because it ended up being another half hour, and it was tough sledding.
All right,
it was tough sledding.
So as is always the case, I have more questions. Who is old boy? Who is this person?
I don't want to get into a ton. It's somebody that I didn't know.
It was someone who was within the group. This was not just some person who was in the establishment.
I found out later, not really. I thought he was tight with Cleves. He wasn't. He kind of just was there, and it was, he was probably a little bit, he had a couple in him.
Sure, right. Mm-hmm.
And at first it was fine. It was nice, and then it just was nonstop. It just wouldn't stop.
Okay,
and I tried as nicely as I could to. It just didn't work.
All right.
And Wisey got him out, but then Wisey kind of let me sink.
I understand that you want to keep some of the details of this annoying conversation private, but was he a big fan of you from your playing days? Was he
Not
just telling
really.
you stories about his own life?
A lot of his own life.
What were you talking about?
Different
key
things I
question,
should
Justin.
invest in, different places I should go visit, a lot of baseball talk.
Ohtani,
an inordinate amount of baseball.
You tell him the Brewers' window closed because Ohtani's on the Dodgers?
I did not mention that to him. He wanted to introduce me to some people. It just was an odd deal.
Okay.
Again, no problem. I didn't want any more of it, and I thought we had kind of navigated out, but then we didn't. So I don't know. So I'm a little irritated with Wise, and I shouldn't be. I don't think, but that's why I brought this. I wasn't gonna bring it to you guys.
What did you do to help yourself?
The Lord helps those who help themselves.
I got into an in-depth conversation with my boy Benny. I was like really focused.
Ben Brust?
I was trying to not be overly like, ugh, you know what I mean? And I don't think I was.
So a couple things. First of all, I am Team Wisey on this. He did do his part to
Could he have done more though? Could he have come back for a second dose?
But I feel like he got you your window, and you just decided not to make sure you closed it.
Yeah, I can't. As much as I wanted to put it on Wisey to do it again, I have to kind of Truman up here and say it's
all right. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I got your back, Wisey. And yes, if he did it once, that should be sufficient. You need to take advantage of your opportunity.
I did.
Well, it doesn't sound like it.
I couldn't go. There was nowhere to go, man. You want me to go sit in a corner by myself?
Well, no, because then this guy would have gone with you.
I think it would have happened, yeah.
And who's this other guy that you're now blaming, too, for not doing his part?
No,
Klebs?
Klebs totally. Klebs didn't. But, again, I didn't expect much from Klebs, so that wasn't really a big deal. It was more Wisey. I thought Wisey did a great job of the initial surge. But I did make the comp that he threw me a life jacket, and then all it was.
All right, so the question that I have now for everyone, and I would love for Jesse to curate texts on this. What is the best way out of a conversation you want no part of? Because it sounds to me like if you're relying on your guys to bail you out, for someone who is approached all the time, like you are.
But it's usually so like nice and a
sure,
couple of minutes.
But there are still times that people, even the ones that are being nice, are keeping you longer than you have time for.
I haven't had one like this in a long time.
What's the best way out of a conversation? Like, is it just, hey, I gotta go, to the bathroom? Is that an effective technique?
But then when you come back, you go somewhere else. They come back over. What are you going to do? Then it's just another reset. So the risk you take with that is it's a reset. No, you go do that, then the whole clock resets. I don't think that's the best move.
What kind of space was it? A bar?
Like a horseshoe bar. It was kind of a horseshoe bar.
So, was there another side of the room you could have navigated to? Could you have gotten, create literal distance to get away?
Literally, when Wise pulled me out the first time, I moved almost the exact opposite spot. And then
they came to you.
Then you end up almost getting cornered. If you're in one of the corners, you get cornered.
Yeah, you got to play it right.
That's a problem.
So, really, you need to be at the front part of it, but that had already, most of the people were there, and I always I like a little space.
You need a little space.
It just didn't work. It didn't work.
And was this the type of thing that you could, tell your pals that you were with, hey, let's go next door, let's go down the street, let's get out of here?
No, because there was a really good group. It was a fun, good group. We weren't going anywhere else. This wasn't, we weren't staying out till 5 in the morning. I don't think.
Close.
It might have been 2.
All right, last thing. So this was not you didn't get irritated enough to say, "Hey, it was really good to meet you. I gotta go talk to my guys."
I said that I said that 3 times.
And not taking the hint was the issue here.
No.
Okay, I don't feel like we helped you on this one, other than defending
not even
Wisey.
a little bit. I just there's not a lot.
You just don't
want
to be rude. You don't want. You're a good person who doesn't want to be rude.
I don't even feel like I was kind of rude. I wasn't rude, but I was definitely if you're paying attention, my body language, and my verbal, there's a lot. I mean, I body languaged and verbalized it. I thought pretty well, not good enough.
Well, I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm blaming Wise.
See, I knew you were gonna.
Because Wise, the beauty of Wise is that he is blunt. He's a beautiful, blunt man. Not last night.
So what?
I don't know
what would you have liked Wisey in his ever so impressive bluntness to have said? Hey man, I need my guy. Get the hit.
Could have just said,
what do you want him to say?
Listen, B, get out of here. I don't know what I wanted him to do. I don't know. I don't know.
But whatever it is, he didn't do it.
Not up to the standard I was hoping.
Dave and Aaron on the text line says you got to do the old fake emergency phone call answer. Did you try that one?
Reset. It's another reset then. I mean, I would have had to have left, and I didn't want to leave. I don't
shouldn't
get
have
with
to
all
leave.
these guys all that often, so when I'm down here, I wanted to hang out. So, no. But you have to wonder, Dave and everybody else that's kind of saying, there's a reset that comes with that. And a reset's not great in this location.
And you had a reset. You got away from him, and he came back for more.
I had two resets. There's a double reset. Neither of them stuck. It's like a shower when you're after you're eating a bunch of spicy food. Just reset. Nope. Reset. Nope.
I would love to track this guy down and get his side of the story.
You two would get along really well.
Wait, come on.
No, you two would.
Don't take your frustration with that guy
I'm
out
not
on
frustrated.
me.
It was just no. I'm fine now. I'm good. It was just one of those deals. And again, I bet when everybody is just sober and normal, it would have not been a big deal. It's just, you get a couple wines in you. That's kind of how it goes sometimes.
Why would you say that this guy and I would have gotten along great?
Because you guys both love jabbering, like a lot.
Yes.
Don't take offense
I can't both never leave my basement and be the guy who loves the jabber.
Did you fake had to go to the bathroom again and just go like hang out in the stall for a couple minutes and just collect yourself?
No, he doesn't have to do that.
It sounds like nothing else worked last night. I'm just trying to give some alternate suggestions.
Wisey.
I'm not. I'm definitely not putting this on Wisey. You had your window. Apparently, it was not a Pella window. It was one of those off-brand crappy windows not made by Santa's elves, and you squandered it.
Yeah, I needed, I did. And if you guys need new windows, well, Santa's been talking about a very special gift that you can unwrap now and pay for a year and a half later. Let Pella replace those leaky old windows and doors while you put no money down. Make no payments with no interest for 18 months. Pella's beautiful little elves. They install year-round and can finish installation in as little as a day. But hurry up. This incredible deal ends on December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
Yanni, he was a professional Greek composer, keyboardist, pianist, and music producer. I look forward to some Yanni music coming up sometime during the program.
So he's me.
Very much so. You're Greek?
Well, I was in a fraternity. I went Greek.
All right. I would love to relive another conversation that I don't want to be part of like Tausch did last night, but instead
can you talk about how, like, because in fraternity houses there's hazing, right? Isn't that part of the deal?
I mean, no, but yes.
And is that the stuff that you can't talk about?
No, like there's no bad hazing that goes on. That's dramatized in the movies.
Sure, yeah.
The definition of hazing is anything you make a new member do that a current member doesn't have to do. So that's like education and everything. So everything is by definition.
You're indoctrinated nicely, Jesse. That's a nice little indoctrination that you got.
My captors are treating me well. All right, we need to move on. Tausch, I don't know what the conversational segue is, but we do have Evan Cohen coming up from Unsportsmanlike, and you had vowed there would be a bit of a
I hope Jesse's
today.
got the audio. Jesse, you have the audio, correct?
Yep.
All right, so stay tuned.
We're ready to go.
Stay tuned for that. And you've got Josh, the judge, right there next to you, so he'll have a ringside seat, if you will, for that battle coming
There'll be
up.
some bludgeoning.
Well, I did not bludgeon Matt LaFleur yesterday, but I did ask him a bunch of questions. We'll get to some of the things that the Packers head coach had to say yesterday. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Ho, ho, ho! Oh, I need new windows.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go?
Come on, Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later.
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires January 1st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website and see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Audi Madison. Off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The college football playoff semifinals. First at the Rose Bowl game.
No matter what the external circumstances are, it's not going to change what we came here to do.
Number 1 Michigan faces number 4 Alabama.
Let all naysayers know.
Then at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Washington undefeated.
Second-ranked Washington faces number 3 Texas.
Texas is back is not a punchline.
The college football playoff semifinals. Coverage begins New Year's Day at 5 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Tausch, I don't know why I drew comparisons to the annoying guy at the wine bar last night, but I can be annoying when I want answers to something. And I can also be annoyed when I don't get them. I think both happened yesterday a little bit when it came to the De'Vondre Campbell saga. He came into the locker room toward the very end of media access, and he was not going to talk about anything on the internet.
That limits a lot of stuff.
Which was a little bit of an odd
What
statement.
exactly what can you talk about if you can't talk about stuff?
Yeah, I
on
don't
the
know.
internet?
I mean, this show's on the internet, so
I
we
just
can't
hope
do that.
Tausch wasn't inspired to also say that starting today's show with his fear of
Well,
big
New
tech.
Year's is coming. You know I like throwing some resolutions around.
I do love a good resolution. And I don't know what the resolution was, segue, with De'Vondre Campbell. Because he stated publicly for all to see, it had like 2 million views on Twitter X, whatever we're calling it now. He ain't playing hurt no more. Not playing through injuries. And so I asked, and all of us asked, a variety of questions of Matt LaFleur yesterday, asking how this was resolved. And quite frankly, who exactly is he mad at? Matt LaFleur didn't give us a whole lot of clarity on that. Here is our exchange yesterday in his press conference.
Talked to him yesterday after he posted this, or today about it, and is he pissed at you, or is he pissed at fans on social media?
Yeah, we honestly, I didn't get into a whole bunch about that in terms of, it was just more or less kind of where do we go moving forward. And no, we had a great conversation. Again, I think there's a lot of respect at both ways, and you know, we just think it's best to try to get his body back, because we've seen the type of player that, you know, he's been. And, you know, I just know that he's been battling all season long, kind of on the injury report, off the injury report, on the injury report, missed a couple games. Just want to give him an opportunity to try to get his body back.
So he did not express any unhappiness with you or the coaches, that whatever frustration he was sharing was not directed at you guys as a staff?
I did not directly, I feel like I'm being interrogated right here, Jason, but I did not directly ask him that question. We just kind of chummed it up and where we're at. And
I don't want to interrogate you. I'm just saying, when a guy who you've identified as a leader many times says that kind of stuff on social media, obviously you knew these questions were coming. I'm just trying to understand, where do you go from here? Not physically, but like, do you at least have a conversation of, hey, I don't know if that helps us. You know, we're at a crucial point in the season, and you expressing your frustration publicly, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the details of our conversation, but certainly he's a guy that, like I said, I still got the utmost respect for him, how he handles his business, how he prepares to play the game of football, all the extra things that he does that I'm well aware of, how he tries to get his body right. Because, I mean, this is a long season, right? And it takes a toll on their body, no question about it. And I think he's extremely frustrated. And, you know, sometimes that happens.
What do you make of that?
No, nice job asking questions. You got no answers.
No, I didn't.
So, and you're always graded off of the answers you get, so you got an F.
Yeah.
I apologize to tell you that, but you failed.
No, I did.
I
we
understand.
chummed it up. We chummed it up, he said.
I understand what Matt LaFleur's doing. Coaches need to protect players, and they want to make sure that they're – I thought you were cussing at me. You have to protect your players, but when stuff like – and this is the problem. When you as a player do these things, PR 101. Don't put questions on other players.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about yourself. You can talk praisingly about your teammates. You don't need to talk about other players' performances. You talk as a unit, and you talk about your own. You don't talk about other players' injuries. You talk about you and your own. And when you start getting into the other stuff and letting frustrations verbalize, and then you and Demovsky and Hugh, all these other guys are going to be talking and asking questions of others, you're putting your teammate in a bad spot. And that's not being a good teammate. So when you do all of that, now Matt LaFleur's got to sit here and he's got to talk with his PR people and say, how in the world are we going to handle it? I know Wilde's going to annoy me. He's going to ask me all these questions. How on earth are we going to spin this and move on? And luckily, the news cycles here go quick. Something will pop up today. So the De'Vondre Campbell news will be it. I do not think it's near as big a deal as you guys do. I just don't. I think De'Vondre Campbell is really frustrated. He's pissed that people are putting clips up on social media.
Yes.
And he's not mad at the coaches. He's mad at how he's playing. He's mad that he is looking at it from, I am doing everything I can. I'm out there and I'm not healthy and I'm not playing as well as I'd like, and I don't need Exhibit A, whatever blog or whatever it is. I don't need this guy critiquing me, and then the fans getting 2 million, and it spreads, and all of a sudden now the perception is I ain't very good, and they're not going to keep me, and it all just piles up, and you just let it rip. You have to be disciplined enough to not let it rip, because when you do, you send ripples to everybody else, and then that actually makes it worse. De'Vondre Campbell, if you ask him today, did any of this help? Any of it? Maybe it helped immediately. You got the self-gratification of hitting send and feeling a lot better about venting, but it ain't helping. Now you got your head coach having to talk about it. I'm guessing all of the defensive players, the leaders on the team are going to say, how do you react to De'Vondre Campbell's? And the answer is, I get it. He's frustrated. We're all frustrated. We need to win a blanking football game. That's how you answer it, and you move on.
I understand that this is an ironic thing for me to say because I don't handle it very well either, but I have been smart enough to stop looking at Twitter. I mean, it used to bother me a lot, and it doesn't as much because I barely use it now. De'Vondre Campbell cannot, I used this line with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, what's the saying about a lion does not concern himself with the opinion of sheep? Like, I don't care that, and because you sent me one of the clips.
You get what you tolerate, and you get what you...
Yeah, I know you like that one. You get what you emphasize, but you also get what you tolerate. But this started right after the game. Like, you sent, I don't know who tweeted it, but they had a video clip of him, and it said, De'Vondre Campbell, it's over, brother, or something to that effect.
I'm guessing that was a big trigger point in this whole deal.
But there were more than just that one, and my point is that you can't go there aren't many veterans on this team. He's one of them. Mm-hmm. You cannot go on social media and announce for the world, I'm not playing hurt anymore because I don't want these jackwagons, this is in parentheses, because I don't want these jackwagons on Twitter posting video of me not playing well and telling me I suck. Like, come on. You got to be better than that. You cannot let those people on Twitter critiquing you bother you to the point where you would publicly announce to the entire world, which includes your coaches and teammates, I'm not playing injured anymore. I'm not playing through injury. He's got to be bigger than that. Am I wrong?
You're 100% right. But it's, again, all of this stuff is so much easier sitting in these chairs. It's so much easier because it's not personal to us. It's the big picture. Don't do it. But
right, but it's personal to me when people say that our show sucks or I suck or I don't know what I'm talking about. And I can tell you there have been many times when I've wanted to clap back in the last probably 2 years where I haven't done that.
Yeah, and pick your spots.
Right.
And it's different with you. If you want to clap back, I'm all with you, brother. You go clap. But in this case, there is a team component, and you cannot let your frustration pop. It sucks. I totally understand where De'Vondre's coming from.
I do too.
But this is not it. And if you always have to look at, is this going to help our team? Now, if you want to do this in the offseason, go ahead. I mean, we will love it if you do this in the offseason.
Our program will take the content, yes.
In season, when you're in a position where you need to win 3 to get in the playoffs, you're adding a distraction to something, and now everything you do is going to be questioned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's not playing. Oh, he played last week. Why isn't he playing this week? Oh, is it because of this? Oh, is it because some dude threw a video up and said that you're washed? You're going to let that guy have that much power? Or gal? I don't know who did it. The answer should be hell no. The coaches know what's going on. They know you're out there competing. And if it ain't good enough, put McDuffie in. Do something different.
Right.
And now you're in the position where you're putting a lot of onus on other people, which is, I don't know anybody that likes doing that.
And you've publicly now said that for better or for worse, his public complaints, you're not going to practice him all week. We're going to let him get his body back. Like, that's what LaFleur said as part of his answer.
I feel like the De'Vondre Campbell era will be over whenever this season ends. This will be a rap sheet for De'Vondre here.
I hope. I don't have any ill will toward him. I just disagree with what he did. And if he departs, then we will raise a glass of Tito's like you did maybe once or twice during your time in Milwaukee to celebrate.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day? Yeah, pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. Stack a spicy Bloody Mary for your warm-up. Salt the rim of a Tito-Rita during halftime, or take home the win with a Tito's and anything. I like the low-hanging fruit. Give me a cranberry. Give me a blueberry. Mash it up. Let me do it. You're calling this game. You can change up your roster. Wash that lucky jersey as long as you make Tito's your first-round bottle pick. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. And if you're looking for those scarf, I'm bummed I forgot the scarf. Today was supposed to be Scarf Day on Wilde and Tausch. You want that Tito's scarf, which is sexy, as you guys know. Tito'sVodka.com for that as well. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
All right, adversarial? Is that what this is going to be?
No, this will be fun.
Okay, I'm a little nervous. It'll be a fun, quote, this will be a fun bludgeoning. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
The standards have been set from quarterbacks that have been here before us. You're trying to continue to raise your game until you get to that bar.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
You're going to evolve throughout the course of the season. It's always the fine line of what's too much.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The Packers defense was shredded once again in a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Following the game, head coach Matt LaFleur said he's sticking with defensive coordinator Joe Barry for the rest of the season, but said he plans to take on a bigger role in making sure the defense improves communication these last 3+ games.
I've got to be more present with those guys and making sure that we're all on the same page. It obviously starts with our staff, making sure all our coaches are in lockstep. But if you don't have all 11 on the same page, it takes one guy, and then everything goes to crap after that.
Packers defense will try and get things turned around Sunday when they visit the lowly 2-12 Carolina Panthers. Kickoff from Bank of America Stadium is at noon.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, hear us out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Mike Greenberg is Greeny.
Replay is there because officials can't always get it right. We are looking at 27 different angles of something we're asking them to decide instantly. There is no chance you will ever make officiating what people seem to want it to be, which is perfect. Not on the list of options, people.
Greeny, weekdays noon to 2 on 100.5 ESPN.
Julie, you've been here at Pasquale's for a while. What comes to mind when you think of Pasquale's Cantina?
Fun, fresh, local, and the best margaritas in town, including our Santa's Helper.
Ah, yes, and that's because we have the largest tequila selection in Madison and the surrounding area. For me, I love that we're Madison's favorite friends and family gathering spot.
That's because of our great customers who have followed Pasquale's over the years. So for me, it's our guests that make Pasquale's Cantina.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out of this town, I just might.
Such a great song. Just like this guy is great on the air. You hear him every weekday and see him on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN and, of course, across ESPN Wisconsin. And apparently there is a debate brewing. A bludgeoning, I've been told, will occur when he joins us at the hands of Mark Tauscher. It is Evan Cohen. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. How are you?
You're not driving today. What's going on?
I'm in Florida today, so I made it back to the hotel in time to be on with you. Jesse asked me if I could be on video, and I can be. And there's
look at you. You got like a glow about you. You got a little glow.
I have a glow? Well, I am wearing makeup.
No, I mean like a light. Like it looks almost heavy.
Oh, like a literal glow. Yeah. Well, because, again, Tausch, Florida, warm weather, sun. Yes.
Yeah, I still am a little irritated that you didn't come see me when we were down in Fort Myers.
You're both in the same state. Yeah.
I was in New York. You know, how dare you not come see me when I'm in West Palm? I mean, I don't understand.
I'll be down in Tampa soon. So I'll swing over.
Do I need to get, my wife and I need to get engaged again for me to see you? Is that what needs to happen here?
That might be the case. I did not get, so I have to admit, this is one of my favorite traditions with you this time of the year. I always make sure to send you my kids' stats. It's a friendly reminder when the Christmas cards come in. We wanted to make sure you got the card. I double-checked, and then I also sent all the stats yesterday, and I see you do your little diatribe again. Evan Cohen can't be bothered with his friends, family, once a blanking year to send out a Christmas card. You're disgusted by it, and I want you to please explain to our fans why it bothers you so much.
Let people. Jesse has the audio of the most recent incarnation.
I thought because I'm glad Jesse he made it sound like he didn't have the audio.
Always prepared.
Oh yeah, you are. All right, you old hero. Let's see what you got.
Here's what old T is referring to on Evan's policy on holiday cards.
Holiday cards. When you get somebody that sends you a holiday card, all they want you to do is then respond to them to tell them how great their family looks. Oh, wow, that's so great. Your kids are grown up. Guess what? Most of the people that you're sending a holiday card to, you've seen the family. They've seen your family. The holiday card is actually the most selfish act of the holiday season.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You want me to keep going? Because I can keep going on that.
Keep going. Yeah,
going. Wow. Okay, so now I get the Tauscher family to send me a holiday card. And all that really means is that Mark wants me to now text him or call him and tell him how great he, his wife, and his kids look. Okay, so it's basically, here, let me fish for compliments. Then what you do to the person is put them in an utterly impossible position. So I'm receiving your dopey holiday card that you get. You take a couple of pictures with outfits you don't normally wear.
Right now.
I mean, listen, you're wearing outfits you don't normally wear in a location you don't normally go to. So you're actually falsifying the look of your family. That's number one. You're actually just looking for me to tell you how great your family looks. And then you put me in an impossible position because now I have to throw your family in the garbage because I'm not going to actually display your family at my home. I'm going to take that little paper card and I'm going to throw it in the garbage. And then I feel bad because I'm going to look down and Tausch's kids and they're going to be literally next to the sparkling ice that Jason and I would throw in there. And that it puts me in an impossible spot. All you want me to do is tell you how great your family looks. If we're that close, I'll see your family. Okay, we're probably friends on social media.
You won't even drive. You won't even drive across the panhandle of Florida to see me. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I wasn't in Florida. It's just ridiculous. And then there's an ongoing text thread between Tausch, Joe Thomas, and I and Tausch legitimately provides stats. I don't care about your stats. It's ridiculous. Enough of these holiday cards.
It's my kids' stats. No, it's not my stats.
Well,
And by the way, when was the last time, Tausch? You're such a good friend. When was the last time you asked me about my son's basketball or my daughter's basketball or my daughter's dance? I'm sorry. I didn't hear from you 2 Fridays ago when my daughter was part of the Hebrew school choir for Hanukkah. All of a sudden, I don't get a Shabbat Shalom. Where's my Shabbat Shalom from you? I should have had a Shabbat Shalom.
I kind of want to. What is a Shabbat Shalom?
You even said it just wrong. You said Shabbat. You put a B in a Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah,
it's so one-sided. It's so selfish. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
okay,
Jason said
so
it's bludgeoning. What's the word?
If I may,
bludgeoning.
You sound like a cranky Grinch.
A little grinchy.
A
little grinchy.
So, Evan,
a lot
if
grinchy,
you really think that old T wants to fish for a compliment from you about my kid, you think I wanted to send out I like the idea. My wife gets a ton of joy in sending out Christmas cards. She sends it because there's a lot of people that she doesn't stay in touch with and wants to update on where our kids are at. And she loves getting cards. Our kids love seeing other people they don't see that much and say, oh, my God, Lenny is his kid. Look at how good Lenny's kid looks. Oh, I didn't know Lenny's kid made it. I didn't know Evan's kid made a Shabbat Kabbalah. I didn't know Shabbat was this.
In our house
So for you just to sit there, and it's such a disrespect to you that someone cares enough about you that they want to share their family with you and their life with you, and it's so disgusting.
I don't want your family. I have my own family. I don't need yours.
And you throw it in the trash can. You don't care enough. Is it really that hard to just say thank you? Nobody is asking for you to text me.
Wait a minute.
I'm not asking you to.
I have to
Evan,
say thank you. So Sarah Tauscher, your wife.
Your
wife. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not. Have I ever once said? You think Sarah and I sit around and say, "Boy, you know what? It's really rude. Evan didn't text or say anything great about her."
Yes.
We don't. We send it out because she takes a ton of pride in our family and in the pictures. She loves photography. It's one of her favorite things to do. And you just urinated on it and said it's the dumbest, most selfish thing. She looks at it the complete opposite, that it's selfless. She loves doing it. She loves getting the cards in. You think I care if you send me oh, boy, your family's beautiful? I don't. I promise you.
Can I go now? Okay.
The floor is yours.
Go ahead.
Jeez, you took long enough on that. My God.
Oh, he's busy
Don't
trying to bludgeon you.
Chorus, Tausch. Jeez. Anyway, so here's the thing. You said, and we text a thank you. So now, because it's the holiday season, I now get a Christmas card from you that I didn't ask for, that now we're judging whether or not I do the proper thank you. So now we're keeping a list and checking it twice, and it's not who was naughty or nice. It's who sent the thank you about your dopey Christmas card. It's ridiculous. Now the pressure is now on me that you just told the world, the Wilde and Tausch community here, that if you send a Christmas card, you're expecting a thank you. And now you're saying you're doing it because your wife loves
hold up.
Oh,
you said you have to say thank you. I just told you I don't care.
If she likes photography so much, why does she not send pictures the other 11 months? I'd like
you know what's coming. I'm going to tell you what's coming. You are going to be getting the Evan Cohen monthly update on the Tauscher family. You're getting one once a month. Sarah, I know you're listening. Start just sending all of your files. Evan, we'll send it via email so you don't have to throw it in the garbage. You will be getting updates on a monthly basis.
Your wife is way more organized on top of it and intelligent than you are. So now I actually believe this has happened.
I agree.
I have emailed with your wife multiple times. We have been to dinner. She is wonderful. If you want to, over the next 12 months, prove the Tauscher family love for photography with you and you alone, I will allow you to send me the honor of sending me a Christmas card for me to then respond, wow, what great hockey stats this year. This is amazing.
Nah, he's got some improvement to do. But I don't get, where does this come from? There's something rooted in you that you hate getting. Look at that great picture. That's from Old T, too. Where
Great
do you?
photographer,
Where does this
yes.
hatred come from for this? It should be just a nice thing, and you move on with your life. But you've spent hours and years crafting this ridiculously bad take. Why? What is the root of it?
I don't like fake humbleness. I don't like the oh wow, I'm so sweet and kind. This is a cocky move. It's a cocky move. Let's be honest.
Sending a
Tausch
Christmas
family-
card
Tausch
with your
family-
kid's picture is a cocky move?
Little cock. Because by the way, let's just play it out a hypothetical. I'm not saying this with your family. Let's say, yeah, boy, I tell you, Mark got ugly over the last year. Really put on some weight. He's got some blemishes. What am I supposed to say? Oh, beautiful. It's like, you got to see the baby. That's what it is with Seinfeld. You don't want to tell them, your baby's pretty ugly. And that's what it is. It's like, I've had some years myself. I haven't looked as good. Like, I look better. I don't look good now, but I look better than I did 2 years ago.
Glowing.
I have to.
Some say glowing.
Yeah. But, 2 years ago, if I send you the holiday card, what you really want to say is, wow, that 36 went to 38 on the waist, huh? Huh? And that's what you want to say, and then
All
I'm
right.
forcing you to lie.
So, Jason, I can't imagine you're going to be on Evan's side on this, but where do you come down?
All right, so a couple things. One, I just had, as I often do. So do the Cohens not send out any holiday card whatsoever, or does your wife still do it?
If we do,
despite
I'm
your
unaware
position?
of it.
Okay.
If we do, I'm unaware of it. So I can't imagine my wife does.
Okay, so believe it or not, I would be a happy recipient of a card from your family. I would love to see your kids and your wife and get caught up on your life because we definitely don't talk very often.
We talk Thursdays.
we
talk Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. is when we talk. And that's it. Let's leave it at that. We've never been better, Jason. This is the best we've ever been right now.
So,
and by the way, Jason, I'll just text you a picture of my family. Why do I have to send you a card?
That'd be great. That'd be fine.
All right,
because
I'm now going to text Jason Wilde a picture of my
Excellent.
family.
Thank you.
This is now a lot
Now,
of pressure.
I would also like to say that I am on Team Sarah and Max and Eleanor on this. We really enjoy the Christmas card reception process. In fact, we have on all of throughout our kitchen, we have these ribbons that we hang every Christmas card we get with a clothespin. Everyone likes seeing, folks. Look, our life between Packers season, all the girls' activities, this wildly popular program. Tausch gives me a lot of grief for not doing enough. Hey, I got a picture from you. Tausch gives me a lot of grief for not doing.
I just told you. No, hold on. No, we got to stop.
It's here.
We got to stop. Go ahead. Let's say what you're going to say. Let's see what Jason Wilde's now going to say about the picture of my family that I just sent him. See how awkward this is?
No, it's very small on the phone I'm on. Where are you? Are you in? Is this New York or Florida?
That's it. That picture's at Lincoln Center in the city, New York City.
And is that a Jaguars jersey?
My son is a Jaguars fan, yeah.
I love it. I don't know why you had to keep your sunglasses on for the photo, but otherwise you look great. And I appreciate you sharing it with me. I would have appreciated a Shabbat Shalom included on the card because you got to write stuff on them.
or Shabbat. As Tausch is now changing the Hebrew language. He's calling it Shabbat.
I just I enjoy getting the cards. And we do send them out. We're sending them out a little bit late this year, but Paula enjoys it too. You're not on the list.
Why don't
Josh
you just
DiMaggio.
say, Jason, I know you're not afraid of Evan anymore, but would you just say
still
he's
a
being
bit.
a complete curmudgeon and he's being ridiculous? Will you just say it?
You're being a complete curmudgeon and you're being ridiculous.
Oh, look at that's growth.
Wait, now
just
Jen's
just
involved?
to sum things up.
Wait,
because
now
I
I'm
know we're
seeing
running
Jen
out.
Latta. Jen Latta is tweeting about this, which, I mean, I don't know if we need a delay when Jen tweets. I know when she's on the air, we need a delay.
Or in the meeting we had earlier this week.
Jen is literally taking a one-person crusade against the FCC, I've decided. Every day I get an email. Jen Latta said this on the air. Jen Latta said that on the air. I tell Jen all the time that, like, the dirtiest person on ESPN Wisconsin is Jen Latta, that we have to have the dump button singularly because of Jen Latta. It's amazing.
All right, I just want to summarize this because I know we got to go. So Evan is saying that these Christmas cards are fake and they're, what'd you say, made up? What made up reality? What did you say?
I think they're selfish because you're just fishing for compliments.
Okay. You want to know the ironic part of this? And Joshy, get ready for the bell because old boy's head is going to splatter. You know who didn't even get a Christmas card the last 2 years from the Tauschers? Evan Cohen.
Oh, no. What am I going to do? And it's amazing. You know what's happened since then? I got the best job I've ever had in my life. So, oh, no. I mean, really, things are going horribly.
Bludgeoning.
Can I tell you something in all seriousness?
I don't know. What's that?
So Keith Williams is the former market manager of ESPN Madison and now the market manager of ESPN Chicago. Okay. Keith knows that I have this big take. Keith sends me 2 of his every year.
Like different ones? Different ones?
Oh, the same one twice. Every year just to screw with me. He sends me 2 of them.
That
Terrible.
about right.
By the way, did you see what happened today or hear what happened with Joe Thomas on our show today?
I saw his feet. His feet were all over the place. I thought Rex Ryan was on your show.
Yeah, so 2 things. One, Joe, we talked Christmas cards with Joe. He said he didn't know the photo that his wife used, and it's a photo of him drinking a beer. And he said to his wife, like, really? This is what we're sending? Everyone's going to think I have a drinking problem now because this is the photo of me with a beer in my hand? The second thing is we asked him if he ever gets pedicures. He said, yes, he does. His daughter gave him a tiger stripe pedicure. I then asked him to show us. He took off his shoes on national television and showed the pedicure on television and then took us for a tour of his house by using his feet. That's what you get weekday mornings here on ESPN Wisconsin with Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
I'm sure you can catch all that on ESPN Plus later on today when it's all posted, I would hope. I'll check that out as well, and I can't wait for more Christmas cards from all of you guys. Evan, I don't think Tausch got the bludgeoning he expected there. I think
I won. I think a lot of people agree with me.
Michael Spinks notwithstanding. We'll see if people agree with you or with Tausch as we move forward. Great to catch up with you. Always enjoy.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Talk
buddy.
to you next. Are we on next week or no?
I believe I am.
You
Tausch?
without Tausch, will you have me on is a very interesting storyline to follow over the next week or so.
I can promise I will. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you.
See you later. Thanks, guys.
Tausch, do you feel like you got your bludgeoning?
Yeah. No, I mean, if
he had some pretty witty comebacks, too.
Yeah, his witty comebacks, but he's an old curmudgeon, and his take is ridiculous.
Yeah,
he knows it.
I got bad news for you. I think the judge is Team Evan.
Oh, Big Cat? Well, Big Cat's a curmudgeon, too.
We'll check in with him next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you and your loved ones a happy holiday season from Grassland Dairy. As you gather with friends and family to celebrate the season, remember that no holiday spread is complete without the pure and delicious taste of Grassland Butter on your table. For toast, pancakes, dinner rolls, and everything in between, Grassland Butter is the gift that keeps on giving. And in this season of love and celebration, Grassland Dairy again extends a huge thank you to all of the hardworking dairy farmers across the state of Wisconsin. Without them producing such high-quality ingredients, Grassland would not be able to deliver that pure and delicious flavor on your table that we've all come to know and love. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. Since 1904, there's been no better product and no better taste than Grassland Butter. Happy holidays from Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. 3-star tight end recruit Robert Booker II of Waunakee High School flipped his commitment back from UCLA to Wisconsin during National Signing Day on Wednesday. Booker on Prep Mania on ESPN Madison Wednesday night.
When I made a decision at first to leave the program, that I was looking at it more as like looking out for my future, more like a business look, but I wasn't really following what my heart was telling me to do.
Find the full conversation with Robert Booker II in the Prep Mania podcast feed on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Looking for a bank with home field advantage? You got it. At Associated Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're your neighbors. That's why scoring a Packers checking account is the right play for your pay. And here's the kicker. Your Packers debit card gets you 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Join the team today. Open your Packers checking account at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Associated Bank, the bank of the Packers since 1919. Your money works here. Member FDIC.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2023 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires January 1st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website and see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Audi Madison. Off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Join the Prairie Athletic Club this winter and save on your membership for the rest of the year. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher. Get out of the cold and into the pack with a ton of new equipment. And now, Prairie Athletic Club is offering 3-month winter memberships. This is their best membership special for the remainder of the year. Stop by Prairie Athletic Club today or visit prairieathletic.com to check out all of their membership specials. That's prairieathletic.com. Prairie Athletic Club. Family fun community.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Let's go to the judges, or judge singular. Joshy, what do you think? Was there a bludgeoning?
It was more than a bludgeoning. It was a dismantling.
Oh.
Evan kept...
Finally, you've come around.
Evan kept Tausch around for 10 rounds just to bat him around, rough him up a little bit.
You're saying Evan won? You think
round.
Evan won that?
Oh, you were
with
not
the,
ready. You
with
didn't
the,
come with the big guns.
With the take of, I'm going to throw your stupid card and your dumb family in the garbage. That's what you're saying wins?
Yeah.
I'm okay with you saying that then. That is such
ready.
a trash take.
You didn't have your fighting gloves on this week.
I didn't need to.
Shabbat Shalom threw you off the whole time.
It did get me
you
thinking.
Were fighting to get back.
It did get me thinking. I'll give you that. I still don't know what the heck that is.
I thought the key moment in this battle was when you thought you had like a right cross to knock him out about how basically he doesn't get the privilege of getting your card.
He doesn't even get our card.
And then he said, "Oh no, it's been such a terrible year. I got my dream job. Oh no." That was a tough look.
That was selfish. That was selfish in the things exactly he's saying about sending a Christmas card. He just said.
You were swinging that air there. He just told you how much he doesn't want cards, and then your big comeback was you didn't get ours.
He's bashing our card, saying how it's selfish and all this other. He doesn't even get a card. He doesn't even know what we send. And you guys think that's a win for him?
I think the big winner here.
This is like the Russian versus U.S. 1972 basketball game. I'm
like
sitting
the
here. I win
officials
once.
are against you?
I win twice. I win 3 times. No, keep playing until he wins. Okay, great. I'm afraid of Evan because he's the head of content. Oh, okay. That's what that was. And you guys are cowards for going that route. I am now.
Don't take your frustration.
I'm unsubscribing. I am unsubscribing from this pay-per-view. I'm out.
Oh, come on, old
Unsubscribe.
T.
No, if you guys are going that route, it's an unsubscription from old T.
It wasn't that bad.
So, I think the big winner here is Keith Williams, who I love. I cannot tell you how much I love that he, in response to Evan's position, which I vehemently agree with you on his position, but your execution, comparatively speaking, you should have done the Keith Williams, that he hates getting Christmas cards so much that you guys should send him 2. I love that. To me, that is the knockout move. That is Spinks flat on his back. You hate this so much, I'm going to double the number of cards you get.
You know what you guys should do?
Unsubscribe.
Is you guys just took pictures when you were here in Milwaukee. You should get it themed Christmas and then just send them a whole bunch of them.
Send the same picture every month?
Yes.
All right. Well, it was a good run. I'm disappointed because you promised me a bludgeoning. And I am on your team. I agree with you about Christmas cards. Like, everything you said, I agree with. But yet it was almost as if you were so confident in your bludgeoning that you forgot to bludgeon him. And he caught you with some sneaky shots.
He didn't catch me with Jack. You guys are just cowards.
No, we're not cowards.
No, you guys are being cowardly, period. It's all right, though. It's okay. I'm not mad at y'all. I understand it. You guys are scared, and that's fine. We need new judges. We need some people that are impartial, that aren't Soviets over in Moscow when was it Doug Collins? It's the Doug Collins team. When they're like, we beat him. Oh, nope. We'll just keep putting time back up on the clock, and that's fine. I know what I'm dealing with. I'll keep competing.
All right. Well, don't be afraid of
Sergey. What's up, Sergey?
The combination
Boris
of us not supporting
Vladimir.
your position.
Vladimir.
In the last,
you want to start talking about what is it, Hashuplaplatz or whatever that was? We can go there.
Shabbat
too if you
Shalom. I would rather you talk about Doug and the great team over at Kohler Services than call me a Soviet and a coward and Vladimir and Sergey.
Well, I'll tell you what, you need a new shower, and Jason, I think you do. You need to update your bath or shower. Kohler Services are the place to go for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling. Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family-owned for 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. You can start enjoying your new bath or shower right now with a special offer. Just visit KohlerServicesWI.com. You get a free quote. You get fast professional installation included. Again, go to KohlerServicesWI.com today.
The 10 o'clock hour starts very late. Shabbat Shalom to you, my friend. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The college football playoff semifinals. First at the Rose Bowl game.
No matter what the external circumstances are, it's not going to change what we came here to do.
Number 1 Michigan faces number 4 Alabama.
Let all naysayers know.
Then at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Washington undefeated.
Second-ranked Washington faces number 3 Texas.
Texas is back. Is not a punchline.
The college football playoff semifinals. Coverage begins New Year's Day at 5 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Green Bay Packers continuing preparations for their Christmas Eve showdown with the 2-12 Carolina Panthers in Charlotte on Sunday. Kickoff is set for noon. The Packers remain listed as 5-point road favorites At 6-8, the Packers on the outside, looking in at the NFC playoff picture, impacted by Thursday night football. Tonight, the Rams and the Saints doing battle on Amazon Prime. Plenty to look at over at ESPNWisconsin.com. ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky has it covered there. Bold Bob scheduled to appear coming up at 11:15 this morning on Wilde and Tausch right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand. NBA, the Bucks back in action tonight as their homestand continues at Fiserv Forum hosting the Orlando Magic. Tip time is at 7 o'clock. That's when our coverage of the game begins right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. Because following Rutledge and Hamilton, the Great Dane Huddle with Alex Strofe, Tarek Sala, and Derek Engler returns from 6 to 7 tonight right here on 100.5 ESPN. More Wilde and Tausch continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now.
And even if I got beat, it was not a bludgeoning or a knockout. Like, what are you guys talking about?
I didn't think you got bludgeoned. You promised me a
Josh,
bludgeoning.
He said I'm getting slapped around.
Yeah,
and
well, he kept you up for
else,
10 rounds and then knocked your block off. Yeah.
That's why it's 10. That's why it's 10-11 and we're just getting started. So
it took a while.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah.
You bludgeoned. The clock bludgeoned you. I can assure you that.
Yeah, and I'm a coward and a Soviet. And
We've lost you for the whole show, haven't we? This is like when Jason does this to you every once in a while. This is just a hopeless cause.
Yes,
now.
the 10 o'clock hour.
If you think I ever give in, you're nuts.
We know you
I
don't.
am coming
Believe
back
me,
stronger.
we know.
I'm coming back
Good.
stronger. You guys think I get bludgeoned?
You keep
Good.
talking and I'll
be
keep
better.
working.
And I have something I want to talk about. And I
wait,
sent this to you guys.
I'm glad I got up early to do a show sheet.
Sergey and Jocko.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
All right, I just want to be clear that you didn't deliver. You were the boxer who talked before the fight, and then you didn't deliver. You promised a bludgeoning, and again, I went into the fight agreeing with everything you said, but he parried. He blocked your haymakers. That's the problem. Like, you didn't deliver. You talked a big game like a lot of boxers do, and then you took it out on us, called us cowards and Soviets. Like, you got to own it. You didn't knock him out. He had a good, and the Shabbat Shalom definitely threw you off. That was like
All
the
right,
Russian, he's cut. He can bleed.
All right, whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and waste the whole show. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about.
Good.
And
Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
So, the George Pickens thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I found fascinating. I put it on yesterday's show sheet. We didn't get to it, so we're gonna do it today.
I know the feeling.
You saw the clips, and I know the De'Vondre Campbell clips and how he reacted. We've had pretty strong reactions with that. But this idea of he doesn't block, he said he doesn't want to get hurt. I could not imagine a teammate ever saying that. And I just am thinking, and Jason, you've covered the team a long time. Has there ever been a wideout that you could ever have seen in the time you've been here that would make a statement like what George Pickens did?
Do I think that there have been wide receivers that didn't have a whole lot of interest in blocking? Definitely.
Who?
I'm not going to name them. Go back and look
Well,
at
you just said,
NFL
who do you think it
Plus.
is? I honestly, I don't even know.
I'm saying that you don't publicly admit it. And I don't think that it's gone to the point that the George Pickens one has. Again, with all 22 and NFL Plus, any Joe Schmo can post this kind of stuff and see it. Anybody can. What are you smiling about over there?
Now,
Anybody can.
Yeah.
And so this stuff, and it gets intensified and multiplied on social media. And so I know George Pickens spoke yesterday, and he definitely the video's everywhere of him not getting the blocking done. What was it, against the Colts? Is that the game that it was in? But I don't know if anyone. I don't think you make it any better by basically admitting, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of interest in doing this, and I'm worried about getting hurt. Like, you could have. He didn't diffuse this at all. He made it worse, which is kind of what De'Vondre Campbell did. So, no, I don't think there's ever been a player that I've covered that would publicly admit, I don't want to block. But I think there are players that if you went back and looked, they weren't Alan Lazard. They were not willing to do it. Dontavion Wicks is a very willing blocker. Malik Heath, extremely willing blocker. Now, I have to be honest, I haven't gone back and looked, and I don't know how often they put him in the position. But given Christian Watson's situation, I don't really want him being put in a position where he's got to do a whole lot of blocking. Right? He's dealt with a bunch of injuries. He's a little wiry still. Like, I would think the coaches have to know which guys are good at that and which ones aren't. But no, I can't imagine anyone publicly admitting what he publicly admitted.
Yeah, it makes no sense, and it just makes me think and wonder. Again, you saw where Pickens was drafted. I think he was ahead of Reed. And how Green Bay gets their receivers. Yeah, you can go back in the Jamon Moore, Valdez-Scantling. But we don't have diva wideouts. Everybody has. Why? Why has Green Bay went so long? Is it because the quarterback is such a dominant personality that they're not allowed to diva it up? Because the most diva-ish position in football is the wideout. We've seen it we've seen 50. And Green Bay has had great wide receivers for the vast majority of the time you've covered the team. Sterling Sharp would probably be the top of the list because he was really good. But I don't know if he was a diva. I was a fan. I can't even really tell you if that's the case. But you go through this whole process, it never happens in Green Bay. And is it strictly because of the quarterback position? Or is it because of the guys that they target to bring in?
So wait, now the diva thing and the unwillingness to block thing aren't the same, right? You would acknowledge that.
But they kind of are,
like,
in my
opinion. I think I can say fairly confidently that behind closed doors, as opposed to Keyshawn Johnsoning, give me the damn ball publicly, I think there were times when Greg Jennings wanted the football from Aaron Rodgers and wasn't getting it enough, and there was drama behind the scenes. I firmly believe that. And I think that also probably contributed to why they weren't the best of pals. But there were definitely times, maybe not during the Super Bowl season, but after, especially when they had that Sports Illustrated cover and there were so many guys that he could throw to, there were definitely times when Greg Jennings did not feel like he was getting the ball enough as the number one guy.
Yeah, but I think that's not being a diva. Diva is when you're
how you approach it. Isn't that part of the diva equation?
It's all about if you're complaining and being disruptive within the locker room. I did not sense that. Maybe I'm mistaken.
What about when Donald Driver said he wasn't going to play special teams?
I don't remember that.
Late in his career, because he wasn't playing on offense.
Well, so there's always going to be things. Again, when I looked at this, and my initial thought was Green Bay gets it right when it comes to wideouts. And I think this group that they have here now, again, they still have to continue to prove themselves week in and week out. But will they change as this goes? The nice part about growing with a quarterback, which is Goody's plan, is that you're not going to have that big separation, at least for 5 or 6 years. If these guys are as good as we hope, they're going to grow together, and you're going to have that natural Jordy, Devontae, and not have to deal with some of the bringing in young players and developing. You're going to have this thing go, and when you get it right and you get guys that all understand their role and how they go about doing their business, it's just nice that we don't have to deal with those same issues, at least publicly, that we see a lot of other teams do. And I do wonder, because how Goody and his staff approach bringing guys in, if that's not more important, because I don't think you'd ever see a George Pickens in Green Bay. I don't think you'd ever see what happened there. I don't think you'd ever see that. And if it would get plucked quickly. And I don't know why that is, but I can't remember it, and I don't see it in the future. Again, I'm not a predictor, but I don't. It was just a stark reminder to me after seeing that a ton, and it is all over, Get Up and everything else, that is something that we have not had to deal with. Fortunately,
I'll tell you who deserves credit for that. Not just the coaching staff and not just the quarterback. Your guy and Ted Thompson before him. I think they've done a really good job of finding wide receivers who not only are talented, but aren't diva pain in the ass type guys. I think and maybe part of that is they don't draft them in the first round, right? Like sometimes first round picks.
That's an interesting.
These guys all have something to prove, so they have a different attitude than the bonus baby. I'm a first-round pick.
6 guys, 6 people picked ahead of me. Good. I'll prove that they're all wrong.
Thank you, Jocko. Jocko, Fortria, you can pick up some extra cash this holiday season. Good.
Yes, you want to send out more Christmas cards, you will get you Evan Cohen's address. You can get those. And Fortria Clinical Trials has some studies that can get you a little extra cash. Healthy adults, ages 18 to 60, body mass index of 18 to 32. The study involves 2 stays of 15 nights, and you can make yourself almost $14,000 for your time and participation. So they have a trial where they're looking for healthy adults, ages 18 to 55. BMI of 18.5 to 32. Study involves 1 stay of 14 nights. You can grab yourself a quick $6,600. Go to FortriaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortria, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Tito's handmade vodka is so good and smooth, you can mix it with anything. Now, here's out. If your usual brunch cocktail sounds like a Tito's Bloody Mary stacked with garnishes is more like Tito's. Sounds pretty good. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Smoking hot deals just keep coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now we're cooling off with $2.99 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.99. Hey, looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready for your fridge. Quick hot savings from Quick Trip. Yeah, we're here to save you some moolah.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Is Jalen Hurts a little bit overrated? The totality of his career, way more good than bad, way more elite than not. I would take him on my team any day of the week. But we've used his name in the same sentence as Mahomes. We have crowned him the second best quarterback in the NFL. Are we sure about that?
Unsportsmanlike. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. While the merry bells keep ringing. Happy holiday to you. Happy holiday.
Tausch, you've got a lot of insight into the National Football League. You played 11 years. One thing you did not do, unless I missed it. I mean, you even caught a touchdown pass. And then Gray Rugemer ruined it by drawing a penalty. You didn't play defense at any point in the National Football League.
Correct. I did not.
Chris Orr has, and he fills in very often on Rutledge and Hamilton. Well, because our Olympic gold medalist and 4th place finisher, he's getting into the heart of his season again and getting ready for that. That's a winter sport, so we've got a few more years before he's in the Olympics again, right, Jesse?
Yeah, 26 is the next Olympiad
Okay.
for old Hambone.
But he's still ramping up, Hambone is. But Chris Orr talked a little bit about the Joe Barry defense yesterday. Here's what he had to say.
I don't think that Joe Barry is a bad DC. I really don't. I think it's more so that there's a shift in identity that needed to happen. He's used to playing a style of defense where he's supporting an offense that's going to get in a shootout. He's supporting an offense with a Hall of Fame quarterback that we just have to not give up a lot of touchdowns. You can get as many yards as you want. If we can get you down at some point, we're happy. You need a defense that's aggressive, attacking, that's going to force turnovers instead of this top-down, bend but don't break defense. You need a Flores instead of an Iowa defense.
Yeah, we all agree that Brian Flores would have been a fascinating defensive coordinator for this team, right? We talked about that earlier in the week. But my question is, if this is going to change, and we had, Matt LaFleur talked a little bit about yesterday how they had a open communication, open dialogue meeting.
Mm-hmm, little vent session.
Yeah. Do we think that guys in that room vented about Joe Barry and the system? Like, you called us cowards earlier.
I did.
I'd be curious if guys had the cojones with Joe Barry in the room to say, we can't keep playing this way, man. This system sucks. We got to be more aggressive. We got to go back to what you said we were going to do in training camp. Like, I don't know. Did you have meetings like this? Because if so, if it's not the unvarnished truth and there are some feelings getting hurt, then I don't know how open of the dialogue must have been.
Yeah, I think players only is always, again, you get one. You only get one. Once you're more than one, the season's gone. It's done. But the one that I remember most was we had just lost to Tampa, or we were going down to Tampa. I don't remember exactly. It was in that 2009 season. I had just come back. And I know the O-line was kind of irritated with some of the receivers' comments, and we just opened up the forum. And it was gnarly. There was a lot of stuff being said. I think it's a little trickier when you have the coaches in there, because that kind of reminds me, like, if you're sitting out with one of your buddies and maybe they're dating somebody you don't like, and you kind of tell them, and then they get married, you're kind of like, oh, boy. Well, it's going to be tough.
That's a good analogy.
You can't put that cat back in the bag, you know what I mean? And the same thing, if you're sitting there bashing Joe Barry's probably looking at it like, well, I don't really want to play this guy. And so you can't really be as open, I don't think, as you want. But when you struggle, and then when you think that there's a change being made, you as a player, you're going to voice your opinion. I had plenty of instances where I had conversations with on a blocking scheme where we would make an adjustment, and I'd say, well, if they do this, we're screwed. And, well, don't worry if they do that. And I said, well, yeah, but it's on us if it happens.
Right.
And you have to be – and there was a trust that – and there'd be times James Camp would get pissed. Yeah, he'd get angry and he'd sulk a little bit, and there's times I'm sure I sulked. But we had enough respect that you could just go back and forth because we all knew we just wanted to get it right. And I think if you talk to City and TJ and Blue and, Bach, any of the guys, everybody has those conversations, but it has to come – from a place of trust. You don't need to vent in front of a whole room and do that. I don't know if I've seen where you have all the coaches and somebody in a wideout gets up and says, well, your play calling sucks. You don't get me the ball. I never sat through one of those, but I did sit through where we sat and got after each other about how we were performing, and eventually it comes back to, I need to be better, you need to be better, and if you do that, it's all good. If you don't, you're kind of screwed. So you're taking a big old risk when you jump into these meetings because you can't take words back. And a lot of times emotions run hot, and you say things that you feel, and when you do that, the cat's in it's you don't take it back, and people don't forget. And that's one of the things. As you were just talking about the Flores thing, I wonder, and what Chris Orr had to say about being a defensive coordinator for a team that you expect to score a lot of points. It is a different mentality, and the personnel is different. The Indianapolis Colts with Peyton Manning, they drafted a bunch of littler pass rushers that weren't bulky, that because they knew they were going to get ahead in most games, and on the turf, they were going to scream up the field and beat you with spin moves, and they did it great.
Right?
Both guys probably going to be Hall of Famers, Freeney and Mathis. I wonder if Matt LaFleur knew that Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to be his quarterback, is he more inclined to make a move in that dreary January Monday when it was just quick? It was just another reason they should have said, we need a little time to evaluate what we're doing moving forward. Because I would bet if he knew at that date that Aaron Rodgers wasn't coming back, he probably would have looked at it and said,
good.
I need a much more aggressive defensive coordinator that is going to, because we have now switched from a Hall of Fame quarterback to a run-the-football, defensive-oriented team. That is not Joe Barry. And but the fact that they didn't do that and look at that even makes this move more egregious than what I think most fans feel.
Did that just cropped up in your brain?
Well, with Chris Orr's commentary, because, listen, Chris is a leader, and I think people know what your MO is. Players get it, and they know, hey, we got A-Rod. It's hard to come back and say, well, we need to be the 85 Bears. You're not going to do that because that's just not how you're built. You build your team based on what do you need to win. Everybody wants to have a smothering defense.
Sure.
But when you play this, you also understand we got a really good quarterback. We're going to be able to score points, make them earn everything. When you switch to this season was supposed to be Aaron Jones, O-line, run the football, suffocating defense, let Jordan grow. November, Jordan looks like he does now. He's going to struggle. And instead, it's been, Jordan, you better hurry up your growth. We need you.
We need more points from you.
And when October, the swoon hit, the defense was okay. Jordan wasn't, or at least the offense wasn't. Now you're seeing it, but you're feeling like the defense is not doing its part. And I do think that if Matt LaFleur knew Aaron Rodgers was not coming back and was going to be traded, I think he would have been much more aggressive in finding a different coordinator.
Right. Yeah. I think that's one of the best points I've heard you make. I think that's really good.
Thank you, Sergey.
Sergey?
Vladimir.
Dolph.
Here I was thinking we were getting along again.
What is the more or less projection on more Russian references, Vladimir? Well, I don't think they have that.
Jesse,
on Prize
I want you to poll that about Jason. You're a good pollster. You figure it out with the wording on that.
Sure.
I looked, honest to God, after I heard that report about Giannis this morning being questionable. Prize Picks usually has a good idea, and I have not seen a ton of projections yet for Yanni. Because you know it's fun. You go to Fiserv, you look at Chris Middleton, you look at Dalla Dame, Bobby Portis, rebounds. You want to go more. You want to do this, you can combine rebounds, points. I'm going to go more on Dalla Dame tonight. It's going to make it more fun. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. You pick 2 to 6 players. I go with 3. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm not competing against others, just you. And Prize Picks' projections, entries are made in 60 seconds or less. It's that simple. Download the Prize Picks app. Go to prizepicks.com. Use that promo code WI. You put 100 in, Prize Picks gives you 100. A little double-up situation, and you use that promo code WI. Just download the Prize Picks app today to get started.
A little Where's Wilde coming up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tosher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
The standards have been set, and quarterbacks that have been here before us, and you're trying to continue to raise your game until you get to that bar.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
You're going to evolve throughout the course of the season. It's always the fine line of what's too much.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
The Packers defense was shredded once again in a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Following the game, head coach Matt LaFleur said he's sticking with defensive coordinator Joe Barry for the rest of the season, but said he plans to take on a bigger role in making sure the defense improves communication these last 3+ games.
I've got to be more present with those guys and making sure that we're all on the same page. It obviously starts with our staff, making sure all our coaches are in lockstep, but if you don't have all 11 on the same page, it takes one guy, and then everything goes to crap after that.
Packers defense will try and get things turned around Sunday when they visit the lowly 2-12 Carolina Panthers. Kickoff from Bank of America Stadium is at noon.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Ho, 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 I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come on,
ho.
Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later. Ho,
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Working at a company that truly cares and invests in their employees should never be taken for granted. Work, learn, and earn at the Weld School at Stoughton Trailers. The program includes 1 week of paid training starting at $18 per hour and features small class sizes designed for individual attention. No prior experience is needed because teaching their employees is all part of the Stoughton Trailers way. Graduate into a full-time position in Stoughton or Evansville. Apply today at stojobs.com. That's stojobs.com.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, UW-Madison class of 2002. Join me, Michelle Smallman, and Super Bowl champion Chris Canty every weekday morning from 5 to 9, right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand on Wisconsin.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains.
Time now to play a little Where's Wilde?
Since he often saves his best material for other shows,
If there's something difficult we need to talk about, let's have the conversation.
we're bringing the other shows to us.
I would be very leery if I was a Packers fan.
Or are we?
Tausch takes a lot of days, man.
It's time to play Where's Wilde?
Been a while since we've cranked up the old Where's Wilde machine.
It has been a while.
But Jason's sharing a lot of good material on many other shows on the ESPN Wisconsin airwaves.
He's really blanking good at his job.
I agree.
No, I'm being dead serious. I'm not joking about that.
And a bit of a coward and a Russian.
Well, I'm not interested in you judging verbal spats. I will assure you
I'm not
that.
a judge.
It's what I
Josh
said.
is the judge.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you.
He's the Russian.
We're usually cheering against you, and then like whatever the judge picks, the judge is up to. But
he's independent, like a neurologist. All right, first clip.
Yeah, let's get to clip number 1.
I just keep going back to Matt LaFleur is the same guy who, after the season ended last year, flat out said basically Joe's coming back, and the same guy who, despite having the worst special teams units in the league, took 2 weeks to fire Maurice Drayton, and then still kind of wanted to find a spot for him on the staff, even though he's firing him. So is that a guy that now, with 3 games left in the season, after a game like this, fires his defensive coordinator? I would say, based on his track record, no.
Where's Wilde?
KBN.
Kyle Bruston Nortman, weekdays 2 to 5 on ESPN Milwaukee, 2 to 4 on ESPN Madison. Oh, wait a minute.
I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to go Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, weekday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN. Why the switch?
I'm watching because I'm a watcher of people. I'm watching Josh's eyes, and I'm trying to read whether or not I'm correct.
Josh has nothing to do with any of these clips.
I understand, but he is an avid listener to anything Jason Wilde does. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, 7 to 9.
All right, so this would have been Monday or Sunday after the game. Because obviously by Monday afternoon, we knew that Joe Barry was keeping his job. So I could have been saying it in terms of, well, you should have known he wasn't going to fire him. So maybe KBN's a good guess. I don't appear on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Mondays. You do, so that's not correct. I'm going to say Green Bay game night after Tausch's departure on Sunday.
Wow, Green Bay game night after every Packers game on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. One of you is right. It's Jason. Green Bay game night right after Old T signed off. Wilde hopped on, and that was one of the first things that he had to say joining Homer and Gabe Neitzel after the game.
The ironic part of that is he listened to the same post game, and then Monday on our show said that he thought he was going to get fired. That's what you said.
No, that's not what I said.
Jesse.
I said I would fire him. I said I would fire him.
Okay, you did. You did say that, but I distinctly recall.
No, you said I think he's going to get fired. You're the one who thought he was going to get fired.
I asked you. No, I didn't. I said 70% on the analytical team. I asked you point blank. Wasn't it odd how you gave him outs to say he wasn't going to fire him, and he didn't take them? And you thought that was incredibly interesting and telling, and that's why you thought he was going to be fired. I listened on Wisconsin On Demand. That is right from the Wilde mouth.
From the coward's mouth. No. I never thought he was going to get fired. Thought it was interesting that he gave himself outs. I would agree with that. I did say that. You look around for all the support you'd like. Go right ahead.
I'd like Jesse to check the tape.
Okay. Let's get to the next Where's Wilde.
Yeah, Jesse's busy finding clip number 2. Here we go.
I think he's got all these really good qualities that I really like, and I think the Packers will be happy to have him as their starting quarterback for the next, 4 years potentially. But he does have to find a way to sustain it, and, he's going to have still in one of these 3 games that are left, he's going to have a clunker of a performance.
Where's Wilde?
Commenting on Jordan Love. Tausch, what are you doing?
KBN. That's KBN.
Kyle Bruston Nortman is the guest.
Josh is hiding back there. No, I can't tell. Yeah, and I think it's KBN 2-5.
Why?
Sounded like an afternoon Wilde.
Sound. I also talk with Rutledge and Hamilton in a similar audio realm in the afternoon/evening. I'm going to say that is Rutledge and Hamilton.
One of you is right. And it's Jason.
Kind of a tough day for old T today, huh?
Rutledge and Hamilton, weekdays 4 to 6 on ESPN Madison.
Kind of getting bludgeoned around a little bit.
I would never say that.
So
I should know them. I'm the one who's saying them.
Yeah, I think the idea that he's going to have another – why do we think he's going to have another clunker?
I think he's going to have a hard time with the Vikings in Minnesota with that scheme.
I tend to agree if that is the game. Well, Carolina's defense is pretty good, is it not? Or is it just that they shut down bad teams?
Yeah, I don't think they're that good. They've got Brian Burns, who's a really good pass rusher, and you also spent some time with at the game the other night. I think that'll be interesting, but beyond that, I think look, I really like what the Vikings have done. Their defense has held their team together through all this quarterback stuff. They are still, if the season ended today, in the playoffs, which is crazy to me, without Kirk Cousins and without Justin Jefferson for a large portion of the season. But, Mullins is an okay quarterback if you have to play him. I'm concerned about that game. I still think they could win out and end up in the playoffs. I firmly believe that is very much possible. But it's the Vikings game that I think will be the difference in whether they can do it or not. Not buying the Bears coming into Lambeau and beating them on the last day of the season the way the Lions did a year ago with the playoffs on the line. I don't believe that'll occur. I don't think they will lose on Christmas Eve to a very bad Panthers team. But I can see them losing in Minneapolis and that defense getting after these guys and Jordan Love having a tough go of it. I can see that happening. Next.
All right, last one. Let's see if Tausch can get on the board with this clip.
Okay.
He's got some really good talent around him. Young, unproven, still making mistakes. Like that play where Reed and Wicks, who are the 2 guys that I trust the most out of the receiving corps, even ahead of Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson when he's healthy, and it looked like it was Reed that was the one who was in the wrong. But you got 3rd and 7. They got 2 dudes running like parallel routes next to each other, so they end up in the same spot. Like, you can't do that stuff and expect to win football games.
Where's Wilde?
And expect to win football games.
I don't know why I use my voice to go up at the end of sentences.
That's the Homer Hour. That is a Homer Hour if I've ever heard one.
The Homer Hour weekdays 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Jason?
It's either the Homer Hour or KBN. In the interest of potentially Tausch getting one right and me getting one wrong, I'm going to say KBN just for the opportunity for the big fella to get on the board.
I don't think I got it. Judging by Big Cat's body language, old T didn't get it.
You're both wrong.
Oh, good. It's a best-case scenario.
That was literally 5 seconds after the previous clip we had heard on Rutledge and Hamilton in the afternoon on ESPN Madison. There was a transitionary clause, and then we went right into that thought talking about Jordan Love and the young skill position players around him.
Okay. I think that
you
went
back to back Rutledge and Hamilton.
Within seconds of itself.
Dirty pool, if you ask me.
That's tough. Fair, though.
But old T wants to ignore that the offense has had issues here in the last couple of weeks, too, and not just the defense giving up a bunch of points.
No, I've said literally the exact opposite.
Offensive lines having trouble, allowing sacks near field goal range, caused a missed field goal against the Giants.
The offensive line has been very good lately. Very good. Pass protecting. Let me make sure I put that in. I just saw a stat, and I don't know who tweeted it. Rasheed Walker. Second best win rate at left tackle in the league, pass protecting.
That was not what Brian Bulaga said about his performance against.
I'm just telling you what you guys love this Pro
Giants.
Football Focus and Pivoa and all these other things. There's no doubt, and I think Blue would admit this too. He's gotten better. Rasheed Walker is going to continue to get better.
I agree. Absolutely. They're still rotating.
This delay is really freaky because now I'm seeing you smile and like biting on your nails, and I'm like, did he just do that or did he do that before? And I don't know, Big Cat, what's going on with this, but I like it.
No, you don't.
It's just kind of, it's throwing old T off.
It's called the internet.
Me and De'Vondre Campbell, we're getting rid of the internet.
Well, don't get rid of the internet before you go to steinhoffels.com and find out more about all their great mattress options, because a good day starts with a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. And Queen Tempur-Pedics start at just $52 a month when you use Steinhoffels 60-month financing, and you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Steinhoffels is your mattress destination. Shop Steinhoffels in-store or online at steinhoffels.com, unless you're ignoring the internet like Tausch and De'Vondre Campbell. Steinhoffels has something for everyone. All right, we played double trivia yesterday. So we just have singular trivia today,
Isn't
correct?
that kind of like a letdown when we only have single? There's so much action and
well,
fun
for
when
those
we're
of us
doing
that
double.
are handling all of the queries.
Yeah, can we just do double today and then not do one tomorrow? Like a double-double?
In
No?
theory,
No.
I guess we could do that, but there's no reason to do that. Like, we'd like to do trivia tomorrow.
All right.
I think we should do Dan Kelly trivia.
Oh, tomorrow we need to, yeah. That's a great call.
So we will do just regular
Actually,
one-round
let's
trivia.
go back and do Where's Dan and have some of Dan's old audio
Where's
clips.
Danny?
But they're all Wilde and Tausch.
That's fair. That's true. That's a good point. Jesse, you son of a gun, you got me on that one. I'll tell you what, after that bludgeoning I took in the cowardly
You
judging
really are
system,
off today.
I am getting my tank. I'm getting beaten around today. I am.
Well, we'll see if we can find your friend from the Horseshoe Wine Bar, and he can come hang out with you some more, and that'll cheer you up. Let's play trivia. Jesse, what's the category? What caller you want?
We're going back to the well because we had so much fun with it the other day. Finish the holiday lyrics, part 2.
Nice. Singing from the big fella?
That'll cheer him up.
That'll put him in a great mood. All right, caller 7, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 7 for Wilde and Tausch Trivia. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Stoughton Trailers. Big trailers and big opportunity at Stoughton Trailers. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. To apply today, go to stojobs.com. Three-star tight end recruit Robert Booker II of Wanakee High School flipped his commitment back from UCLA to Wisconsin during National Signing Day on Wednesday. Booker on Prep Mania on ESPN Madison Wednesday night.
When I made the decision at first to leave the program, that I was looking at it more as like looking out for my future, more like a business look, but I wasn't really following what my heart was telling me to do.
Find the full conversation with Robert Booker II in the Prep Mania podcast feed on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcast.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie. Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at titosvodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
The snow on the ground, love in the air, sleigh bells are ringing. This is what it's all about. The fire is warm. Angels are singing, and I don't want to miss.
Tausch, you acknowledge that starting with last night's conversational debacle, way to go, Wisey. Who's the other guy that didn't come to your rescue sufficiently, in your opinion?
Plebes.
From then to now, it's been a struggle a little bit. You got Giannis potentially not playing tonight. You didn't deliver the bludgeoning of Evan Cohen on the holiday card
according
debate.
to the Soviet judges.
No,
Yep, you're right.
You again, judge. I'm not a judge, but I am 1,000% in alignment with everything you said, and you just didn't deliver on the pre-fight hype. Now we've got. I haven't gotten the pole in the field yet.
Yeah, let's go. What are you doing?
Yeah, it has not been a banner day for you. What are you talking to Josh over there now?
No, I'm trying to figure out, is this, can you hear through, Josh, if I'm talking to people out of the window, can they hear me? So I think Jackrabbit Mama is outside.
No way.
What?
She has the South Dakota.
Are you, I just read his lips. He said, are you Jackrabbit Mama?
She has, and I don't know, Josh, can you get the camera so you can see the
Oh my
reflection?
God.
So she has the South Dakota State Jackrabbit mug. The odds of her not being, she has to be Jackrabbit Mama, right?
You think Jackrabbit Mama traveled all the way to Milwaukee? Not to
Can you
Green
see
Bay
it?
to
Can you
see
see
No,
her
there's
or
a
not?
bad glare. There's a
Yeah,
glare.
it's a reflection.
Joshy's organizing
Wait, is that her?
Yeah. Can we just let her in? How can we get this?
Can we just let this random person in to see if she's Jackrabbit Mama?
She has to be Jackrabbit Mama, doesn't she, Joshy?
I don't.
Can you go out and ask her?
Yeah.
He's got no responsibilities there whatsoever.
Yeah, we're not going to break for a while.
We'll stall.
Yeah, we got trivia.
Are you Jackrabbit Mama?
Right on your if you had your whiteboard with you, you could communicate with her that way.
Joshy's the best. Big cat, even though he's
all right. So he's on the case. So let's play trivia in the interim while the Jackrabbit Mama mystery unravels.
This is legendary.
And what I was trying to get to was to tell you that even though things have not.
Joshy's out there talking to her.
Here's the best part.
We're
You
still
sent
doing a
him
show
out there
here.
to talk to her. He kept the camera angle on the empty chair, and she's not in the frame either.
Yeah, that's right. You don't call Big Cat the best in the business for nothing.
It really is incredible. So what I was hoping was that this would cheer you up a little bit, because it's been a tough go for old T.
Yeah, it's been a tough
Our
morning.
contestant,
I get
who
the
is-
family down here. It's been too long. A couple of days, it's too much. So I need a reboot.
Our contestant who is ineligible is the Klinkster.
Wow.
Klinkster, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
How did you manage to get in? Not like
Sometimes you just get
Jackrabbit
lucky.
Mama, who he's going to open the door for.
Yeah, it's a Festivus miracle.
Well, we're excited to have you. All right, so.
Well, okay, but before we continue,
oh boy,
if that's Jackrabbit Mama, I am willing to give up my chance to play trivia so she could play.
Oh, is that allowed with the rules?
She's in the room. I can see her sweater.
There she is.
Let her play.
Okay.
I can't win the prize anyway, so I'll also let her play.
Well, she can't either. She lives in South
potentially get a
Dakota.
prize.
Do you live in South Dakota? No. She's eligible.
So
Can we
she's
do
local
this or not?
all this time? We've thought she was in South Dakota. First
I
of
don't
all,
think we
it's-
ever really knew if
it's
she was
her.
in South
Well,
Dakota.
I thought she
this
was-
is Jackrabbit Mama, like I thought it was.
Now we're doing picture-in-picture. Klinkster's on the phone in Canada getting charged by the minute. This is absolute chaos.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. This is why being in studio. And Jack, yeah, you have to plug that in right there, Jackrabbit Mama. All right, is she good now, Joshy?
Not big enough.
There you go. All right, there you are, Jackrabbit Mama. Yes. So can we pass this on and let her take over Klinkster's trivia? Josh, Jesse?
Josh, what do you say?
Not my rules.
I say yes. If the Klinkster would like to yield his time.
Klinkster, you're signing off.
Yes.
You're yielding your time.
Well, no, I
I
thought
am,
he
but
was
can
going
I say one more?
No, of course
Can
you
I say one more quick thing?
Yes.
Sure.
Clock be darned, sure.
I just want to wish you guys a happy Festivus, a Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year. And good luck, Jackrabbit Mama.
You are such an unselfish, loyal fan.
Klinkster, and by the way, thank you so much for all your service on that 560. We could have never done it without you, and we've made big waves.
No
Jason has to get 565 analytics in an article before the end of the calendar year. So keep putting out content for him. Jason, you made that promise. You got to figure it out.
All right, so since we've lost complete control of the show.
The delay.
Yeah, and it's tricky, isn't
and
it?
the video
and
delay
he's got that
is very
goofy, like, little
confusing.
quirky smile on his face.
Yeah. Well, we could just put you and Jackrabbit Mama on the video, and I can just be kind of in the background.
No, I'm going to let you guys sing because I'm gonna try to help guide Jackrabbit Mama through this.
No,
you can't do that.
I sing enough on Fridays. I don't need to sing on Thursday, too.
Oh, a little self-conscious about your singing with a studio audience now all of a sudden?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, then sing.
All right. All right, am I starting?
I just bludgeoned him. No, we're
all
not.
right.
No, stop.
What?
Jesse, we're gonna start the 11 o'clock hour with you and Jackrabbit Mama together, doing trivia. Because we've lost complete control of the program.
First off, we should probably ask Jack. She's a busy lady. I don't think she can just sit around here all day.
If she's stopping by waiting
breakthrough, okay, she can. It's called being courteous, Jesse. You don't just say you're going to do this. Thank you, Jackrabbit Mama, for being able to stick around. Where did your guys' manners go? They're definitely not South Dakota manners.
If you would be so kind as to tell us about Quick Trip while you're telling us about our terrible manners, that would be outstanding.
Well, I think Jackrabbit Mom and I are going to go get lunch, and if you're looking for dinner or lunch, take the hassle out of planning ahead of your day and go to Quick Trip. I love their chicken. Their chicken tenders are top-notch, and they also have a rotisserie chicken for $5.99 on Mondays. The perfect deal to start a week. Get it hot and ready at your local Quick Trip for any meal and lunch. Again, what is today, Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Well, today, I guess on Wednesdays, you grab chicken tenders. Again, you guys know I love them. $9.99 on Wednesday. We'll pay a little bit more on Thursday. We'll try to circle back. Maybe are you available next Wednesday?
For chicken.
All right, we're going to go get chicken tenders next because then we only have to pay $9.99. You can order ahead for any of these chicken specials, plus pizza and other take-home meals available hot and ready. Download the Quick Rewards app from your phone's app store and select Order Ahead in the app. You can order ahead and take care of the payment before you even get in the parking spot. Orders can be picked up in-store or even brought out to your car curbside. School season and the holidays mean more activities, so your life needs to be made easier ordering ahead. And don't forget Nature's Touch milk to wash it all down for just $2.99 a gallon. Head to Quick Trip to get it going.
Trivia with Jackrabbit Mama, which I'm really excited she's there.
This is an all-timer.
This is the first time ever we've had an in-studio trivia contestant.
What's
correct?
the topic today?
That's a great question.
Finish this holiday song lyric. So
What if
will
it's
be
about?
serenading you.
What if it's about South Dakota and that great architecture?
I've looked ahead. It is not.
No. And the problem with the archaeological dig is that the archaeological dig is in western South Dakota, which is 6 hours from Brookings, which is
that's where Jackrabbit Mama's at. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out.
Western Dakota.
What a sinkhole, though. What a sinkhole that place was. And it's something else.
Hey, I thought you were so concerned about Jackrabbit
get the
Mama's
clock
schedule.
on. Let's go. Well,
Demovsky's supposed to be on in 8 minutes.
Stop talking. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by the Green and Gold Fix podcast, featuring the best Packers conversations from daily ESPN Wisconsin shows and original exclusive content. Subscribe to the Green and Gold Fix podcast on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The Green Bay Packers continuing preparations for their Christmas Eve showdown in Charlotte against the Carolina Panthers Sunday afternoon. Kick time is set for noon. The Packers are currently listed as 5-point favorites, according to ESPN Bet. Plenty to find out on the Green and Gold from ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky. A look at the injury report, comments from Matt LaFleur, De'Vondre Campbell, and others yesterday. Check it out at ESPNWisconsin.com, or stick around after Jackrabbit Mama's appearance on Wilde and Tausch. Rob Demovsky scheduled to appear about 10 minutes from right now. NBA, the Bucks back in action tonight. Their homestand continues at Fiserv Forum, hosting the Orlando Magic. Tip time is set for 7 o'clock. That's when our coverage begins here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. The Great Dane Huddle with Alex Strofe, Tarek Sala, and Derek Engler from 6 to 7 following Rutledge and Hamilton, taking you up to the Bucks game tonight on 100.5 ESPN. Wilde and Tausch Off the Rails continues next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour. What is this? Is this the extended
the remix?
Well, if we're ever going to play extra South Dakota, today's the day.
Wow. All right, we need to get to trivia. We need to get to Demovsky, but before we do anything else, I need to know, how on earth did you realize that this was Jackrabbit Mama, based solely on her having a South Dakota mug?
Yes.
Wow, you're way more perceptive than I ever give you credit for.
What else did I mean? It literally, look, it says Jackrabbit. You have been branded very well on this show, because we knew it's a great name, and when you're rocking that, I think you need to get like a personalized mug that says Jackrabbit Mama on it.
I could do that.
Okay.
Maybe we could do that for you.
And by the way, Jason, I'm not going to give away all of her stats, where she lives, but she does not live in South. Jason thought you commuted from South Dakota to come.
Commuted?
Yeah.
No, I thought she just listened on the stream and she lived in South Dakota. We call her Jackrabbit Mama. I feel like that's a reasonable
because she's a mama and her daughter goes to South Dakota.
Okay, but she sent us gear. I'm wearing the. I didn't even know she was going to be on today. Obviously, I've got my hat on.
I'm going to say this: we're going to be launching a Hall of Fame campaign. Jackrabbit Mama's going to be on that short list. Excellent. She's going to be a part of the. She can be a part of the process.
Much like Christmas cards, I agree with you.
They put that whole deal out, with the 150, and then it whittles down.
Semi-finalists, sure.
She's in that short list for sure.
All right. Well, let's see how good she is at trivia. Am I allowed to ask, if you don't live in Brookings, do you live in the greater Milwaukee area? Is that fair to say?
I do.
What's your address, and can you give us your bank account?
No, I
Last
do.
4 of your social.
Whoa, Nelly!
All right, let's play trivia. The category.
I'll give a little. I'm not going to tell you where she lives, but it's one of the hot spot areas that we're big in. I'll let you guess.
Well, you just gave it away.
No, I didn't.
Muskego.
I did not. Maybe. It might be Muskego.
The Fleet Farm in Muskego. Dang.
She lives in the Fleet Farm, yes.
Yeah.
In the back.
She'd have everything she needs
this for
if that's where
Farmview?
she's living. She could pull that off. All right, Jackrabbit Mama. A jingle bells, a jingle bells, a jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride blank.
In a one-horse open sleigh.
Nailed it. Jackrabbit Mama with a quick one-piece nuggie.
All right. You're singing. Was that singing technically?
I don't know what that was.
She knew what I was doing. I'm playing to an audience of one here.
You really are. Question 2, Jackrabbit Mama. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright. Now we fill in the blank. Is it shepherd seeing, still for being, or westward leading, still proceeding, or festive beaming, still achieving?
Clearly westward leading.
Oh, I thought you. So you had no problem with that one. You knew that right from the
right
jump.
away. I'm a
She
big
did.
Christmas music nerd.
You are.
so-
What's your favorite?
That's a tough one. Depends on the day, but I really like Mary Did You Know.
Ooh. Power rankings. I'm a big Joy to the World. I think Joy to the World probably is at the top of my list.
Tausche,
Jason?
do you know that it's your turn to ask the
We're
third
doing power
question?
rankings. What's your top Christmas song?
Jason?
Little Drummer Boy.
Ah.
All
Why does
right,
that make
I don't
sense,
know. I
Sergey?
don't know this song, so I don't know how
That's
I'm
gonna
even
make it
try
tough to sing.
it. Your bright green leaves with festive
No,
cheer
no,
give
no.
hope and strength throughout the year. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
You don't know Oh Christmas Tree?
Oh, is that what the song is? Oh, Christmas
literally
tree,
says,
oh,
"Oh, Christmas Tree."
I didn't know that was the song. All right.
It says "Oh Christmas Tree" twice.
Oh, Christmas tree, your bright green leaves with festive cheer give hope and strength throughout the year. Oh, Christmas tree,
Good
oh,
God.
Christmas tree. Is it we learn from all your beauty, or a symbol of love and kindness, or
This is terrible.
with glory brightly shining?
Boy, that's a version I haven't ever heard before, but I'm going to go with C because I have no idea.
I think I probably butchered this one for you. Jesse, I'm gonna take the blame. That's on me.
That was
yeah.
terrible.
What do you mean? If Jackrabbit Mama,
What do you mean?
Yeah, where did I go wrong?
The whole thing, actually.
Okay, well, it's we learned from all your beauty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough one.
I feel really bad that we had to call that an answer.
All right. Well,
wow.
On balance, this has been a great experience for you. Wouldn't
is
you
fun.
agree,
This is
Jackrabbit
fun.
Mama?
Excellent.
So when you go out to Brookings, what besides seeing your daughter, what are if Jesse hit the music, top 3 power rank things of South Dakota in Jackrabbit Mama's eyes?
Custer National Park
Okay.
with the buffalo.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Archaeological dig.
You put
My-
Mount Rushmore in your top 3?
What?
Does Mount Rushmore make your Mount Rushmore?
Not necessarily. It's
Wow.
fine.
Okay, well, that's an upset. Put
Yeah.
that up on the upset board.
I do. I'm trying to find a third of things that are really worthwhile, but the Badlands is like my
Yeah,
favorite
it's
place
beautiful. Yep.
in all the world. And so,
In all the world. What about the place they do those shootouts?
Deadwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, Deadwood's okay.
Okay.
It's kind of kitschy.
It is
but, you know,
kitschy.
yeah, a little bit kitschy.
Oh, kitschy. That's one of Tausch's favorite words.
But I'll
Have
add,
you done the archaeological dig?
we were going to this time, but
Come on, Jackrabbit Mama.
we actually went out to Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Instead.
Devil's Tower is, but that's not South
It's
Dakota.
Wyoming.
It's
Sounds like something to actually do instead of watch people digging dirt.
No, you will be amazed when you go check out that sinkhole.
But I got one. There's a little hamburger joint diner in Murdo, South Dakota that you hit when you're driving from Brookings out to the west. Best hamburger you're ever going to have. So we'll put that in the power rankings.
You know what I think is one of the more overrated? Wild Drug. Oh, totally overrated. Will not do it again.
Nope.
Okay. I think we're all on the same page.
Yes.
Well, when you do the archaeological dig, I want a full report back, and you will have, I don't know, a full segment. Is that fair, Jesse? That will give Jackrabbit Mama a full segment to break that down?
There can't be that much to break down. Like, yeah, there were like when you did it, it was
Oh, yeah,
there were
because
all
woolly
these-
mammoths being buried under an ice chest isn't interesting
Again,
to people.
the fact that there are woolly mammoths is fascinating. Would I pay money to go there for an hour and watch people dig in dirt to maybe find something? No.
He's a simple guy. He's not curious.
Well, when do you get to go to an active archaeological day?
Exactly, and that's where I was trying to. He doesn't get it. He doesn't.
I'll watch the opening scene of Jurassic Park.
Well,
and get the same
Jackrabbit Mama.
experience.
Yeah, I'm done with Jesse. Jackrabbit Mama, we love you. We appreciate all your support, and you're welcome anytime.
Well, thank you.
And good job. 2 out of 3 with one totally butchered. Not bad. 3 entries, right?
3 of the possible 4 entries into tomorrow's drawing, and since you are local and not in South Dakota, you are eligible to win. So congratulations. Can you just tell me what this archaeological dig is called? Because I'm trying to do some further research in support of my Russian friend Sergey.
I don't remember.
I think it has Mammoth in the name.
Yeah, Mammoth Dunes or something like that. Mammoth something.
Okay. I've got Black Hills Institute of Geological Research. I've got the Dinosaur Museum. I've got the Mitchell Prehistoric Indian Village. Have you checked out any of these?
The corn place, too. I think that's kind of overrated.
Way overrated.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Way overrated.
Paleo Adventures in Belforche.
See what he does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll continue to do more research. We need to get to Rob Demovsky, who is scheduled to join us. Tough act to follow, right? I mean, Rob's good.
What do you think of this Packer squad before we get Rob on? Give us your little Packer breakdown.
Big fan of the tight ends.
That's what I heard. What did you think of old boy getting hit in the you-know-what?
Yeah, well, he... Jason was probably at the Nutcracker, and so were we.
Ah, well done.
Great places, South Dakota.
That is a walk-off line if I've ever heard one. Well done. Tausch, tell us about Pella as you say goodbye to Jackrabbit Mama and the Nutcracker line.
All right, I will. I just to be able to see Jackrabbit Mama through these beautiful Pella windows. What a deal. Santa just gave us a very special gift, and you can unwrap it now, but pay for it a year and a half later. Let Pella replace your leaky windows and doors with no money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. Can you believe that, Jackrabbit Mama? No payment for 18 months in this economy? Wow. Pella's elves, they install year-round and can finish installation as little as a day. Hurry up, though. This incredible deal ends on December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
We'll have 3 minutes with Rob Demovsky, and that's just enough. Stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
The college football playoff semifinals. First at the Rose Bowl game.
No matter what the external circumstances are, it's not going to change what we came here to do.
Number 1 Michigan faces number 4 Alabama.
Let all naysayers know.
Then at the All-State Sugar Bowl.
Washington undefeated.
Second-ranked Washington faces number 3 Texas.
Texas is back is not a punchline.
The college football playoff semifinals. Coverage begins New Year's Day at 5 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Catch Disco Fever this New Year's Eve with Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and our Disco Eve celebration.
We have promotions going all day and night on Sunday, December 31st with plenty of ways to win.
Like our Pick a Prize promotion with 18 cash prize winners in the afternoon.
Plus a $24,000 grand prize awarded at 7 p.m.
And be here for our hot ticket drawings with 14 different $1,000 winners selected between 7:30 p.m. and just past midnight.
Get your New Year's Eve groove on at
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Every Thursday this football season, huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company.
It was awful. The defense didn't come to play. Special teams, the timing on the offense was off.
I mean, it's hard to win the National Football League.
It is. It is very hard.
All that being said, this entire season rides on one position and one name, and that's Jordan Love.
The Great Dane Huddle with Alex Strofe, Tarek Salam, and Derek Engler. Thursdays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Indulge in the ultimate chocolate experience this holiday season with Gail Ambrosius Chocolatier. Your significant other will love the handcrafted selection created right here in Madison. Stop by their store on Atwood and treat your taste buds today. Once you taste the difference that locally owned and made chocolate provides, you'll never go back to the mass-produced box of chocolate again. Share the joy with a box of chocolate from Gail Ambrosius Chocolatier on Atwood.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
He's one of the best to ever do it, and I'm not just biased because I've been alongside of him for most of it, although I don't even know when he writes anymore. I'd love to read more from him on occasion. You can check him out occasionally on ESPN.com, and they seem to be trending toward a point where we would see him more on television, and then they lost back-to-back games. But we have him each week, and we have him a day early this week. It is Rob Demovsky on Wilde and Tausch. Rob, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Jason. I'm actually just about to finish off my, I think, third story of the week. So it's been a busy week here. Now, two of them were about De'Vondre Campbell. Actually, four, because I had the Joe Barry story that they're retaining him, two De'Vondre Campbell stories, and then I'm writing a piece for tomorrow on, and I hope people kind of realize that this, not that this is tongue-in-cheek, but the story that I'm writing for tomorrow is, if it's not Joe Barry's problem, then what is the problem on defense, right? Like, and that doesn't mean that I think it's not a Joe Barry problem, but if Matt LaFleur said the other day, if I thought that was the solution, then I would have done it in terms of making a change. Well, if it's not him, then what is it? So I've been looking at some stuff, statistically, anecdotally, all that other stuff, and came up with a few things that it might be if it's not Joe Barry. Again, I still think it's Joe Barry, though.
Hey, Rob, you've been crystal clear. Rob, Jason, I don't want to put words in your mouth. And he didn't say this isn't the only reason, but he said he didn't think Joe Barry was fired because it's close to Christmas.
That's not what I said.
See, Jason.
Say?
Jason, this is why we don't talk to the media. They always take our words and twist it.
That is so good. But Jason, you said something similar to that. Don't tell me you didn't.
Yes, I also said that I think he didn't fire him because he thinks they can win these 3 games, and he didn't want to upset the apple cart to fire him, even though he probably believes, based on how he acted after the game, that he needs a new defensive coordinator, and it's probably going to be next year, and that it's going to be a time for a change. But he didn't want it. But yes, it's Christmas time. He likes Joe Barry. In addition to the other reasons, I'm sure the fact that he didn't want to fire someone at Christmas. Again, Rob brings up the whole Mo Drayton thing all the time.
Yeah, but as long as we're talking about Christmas, the day after the Carolina game is Christmas. What happens if the Panthers put up 30 against these guys, right? Like, I mean, that's Christmas.
Well, no, you don't want to fire anybody before the new year. I mean, what are you doing? Joy, you got balls dropping. You're not going to fire anybody.
His birthday's in January, and Valentine's Day's in February.
Can't fire him in that, yeah. You can't.
March Madness will be ruined.
Yeah, you can't.
He's Irish. You can't fire him in March.
Madness, you can't fire him then.
St. Patrick's Day, Easter. I mean, you can't fire somebody in April. It's Easter.
No, you got Flag Day, Memorial Day. It's just there's never a good time to let go of a coach.
Flag Day might actually be good.
Well, in fairness, in Matt LaFleur's world, it would appear that there is never a good day to get rid of a coach because he has not been willing to do it. It is very difficult for him.
Rob, did you think after listening to the press conference after the game, like some on this panel, and I know he doesn't want to admit it, that Monday was going to be Deuces B to Joe B? Did you feel like it was coming, and were you surprised when that was not what was told to you on that Monday presser?
Tausch, I am sitting in my office at Lambeau, and as soon as I finished writing my story from the game, I went home and I sat down. I was going to eat some dinner, and I go, you know what? I better write a Joe Barry is fired story so that I had it ready to go. That's how strongly that I felt about it, that I went home and wrote about 800 words on Joe Barry being fired, and I can read you exactly what the lead of that story was. And again,
Before he does this, I just want everyone to know that Rob liked what a good job he did on this story that will never see the light of day, that we are doing him a service by allowing him to share the story.
It's right next to that Dunkin' Donuts Ricky Francois article that Wilde wrote.
Some of my best work has never seen the light of day.
Rob, if you guys were smart, and you guys are smart, I don't want to mean it that way. You guys should publish your unwritten articles when you're retired.
So, Tausch, I actually last year I tweeted the beginning of the story that I had written when the Packers were going to make the playoffs about how they saved their season and turned it around, and when they beat the Lions, they would have made the playoffs, and because that they never made it, I figured, well, this was a good story. So I tweeted like the first 3 graphs of that story, and I was like, oh, okay, this story's too good to go to waste. So keeping in mind that I thought this was going to happen the day after the game, the lead of the story was the day after Matt LaFleur said it wasn't the right time to consider changing defensive coordinators. The Packers coach did just that. He fired Joe Barry on Monday, less than 24 hours after Barry's defense got shredded, LaFleur's word, by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So now I think what I'll do. So now what I think I'll do, Tausch, I think I'll rework this in a couple weeks. And I'll say 3 weeks after Matt LaFleur said it wasn't the right time to consider defensive coordinator.
That's well done. That is well done.
I'm not going to let it go completely to waste.
Oh, yeah. Too much work.
Got to recycle. It's very important to recycle. Rob, you were there, and then you left, when De'Vondre Campbell arrived at his locker out of the shower and proclaimed that he would not be discussing anything on the internet.
Anything that happened on the internet, that was my favorite part of it. Anything that happened, you made it happen. That was my favorite part of the whole tweet.
Pretty limited what you can talk about too.
Yeah.
So what do you make of this?
Well, first I'm going to say 2 things on this, Jason. First of all, I actually give him credit for showing up in the locker room. He showed up, right? And then we approached his locker right at the end of the open locker room session, and it was supposed to be closing, and he said, okay, what do you all want to talk about? And, we asked him about the tweet, and that's when he said, I'm not talking about nothing that happened on the internet. And I made a little bit of a dramatic showing, but I peeled away, and I left. I left the scrum. I was right in the middle, front and center, and I made a dramatic exit to make a point was, if you're not going to talk about that, there's nothing to talk about. That's the only thing to talk about. Now, maybe I was being a little dramatic because I do remember.
A little divish.
I do remember one time going to Bernardo Harris way back in the old locker room, and there was something controversial around the team. I think somebody had popped off, and then got cut the next day. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we all went to Bernardo because Bernardo was kind of the spokesperson for the defense back then. And Bernardo said, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. And then we stood there for 20 minutes, and for 18 minutes of it, he essentially talked about it, even though he said he wasn't going to talk about it. So maybe I peeled away prematurely with De'Vondre, but like I kind of made the point, I tried to make the point was, look, I appreciate you coming here, but if you're not going to at least explain your words, then I've got, I don't want to say I've got no use for you, but I've got no use for you in this situation.
That's the line you have for Brad Jones. All right, so let
Brad Jones. Hold on 1 second. For those of us watching on television in my office, we have a Brad Jones autograph photo that Jason found at the Goodwill as sort of a gag gift for me because I once told Brad Jones that I had no use for him.
That did occur. So in the De'Vondre Campbell saga, Tausch, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you thought we maybe made a little bit too big of a deal.
Don't talk to the media, Tausch.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Right? You felt we made too big of a deal of it?
Well, it's a frustration that he vented, and again, you shouldn't have, but it's really easy from our seats to tell people that they shouldn't when they are getting attacked and they don't feel like it's a fair attack. But you can't leave questions for your teammates. You just can't. That is cardinal rule number one when it comes to dealing with the media.
Yep, don't create distractions for the locker room was Mike McCarthy's whole thing, right? Like you don't want to do that, which was one of the things that Mike was really good at. Here's the thing with De'Vondre. All he needed to do, or all I guess I would have done in that situation, is just say, "Hey, look, I was talking about." The media ripped me, or the fans ripped me, or the coaches gave me bad grades, and I shouldn't have said what I said. But you can't make that comment and not at least explain who you're talking about. And I just think with everything that's gone around this defense, with Jair's whole saga, with that everyone insists is injury related, yet seems to be a sticking point or a point of contention for a lot of people in the organization. I just think that it did exactly that, Tausch. It created issues and questions about whether guys in this locker room, have given up, whether LaFleur or Barry have lost the locker room or any of those kind of things. And look, I would say this, when you have a team, you're 53 guys on the roster, another 16 on the practice squad, a handful more. I mean, you're talking about what? 85 players total. Like, not everybody's going to like everybody. Not everyone's going to like the coaches. You can lose players on great teams. There can be malcontents on great teams. So when you say losing the locker room, that's a little bit of it's a little bit of a catch-all phrase. There's plenty of teams that, are doing really well that have 2 or 3 players that think their position coach is an idiot or their coordinator doesn't know what he's doing. So to say, the whole losing the locker room thing, I think is a little bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, and that was kind of my point, Rob. There's a day, and everything moves so fast, and I know De'Vondre's off the internet. I'd love to be off the internet. It's going to be over. Like the world moves on real quick, and if you're not on the internet, there's going to be another storyline of something else. Probably if Jair talks today or if Joe Barry's talking, something else is going to come up, and it's going to push this back, and everybody's going to be focused. And when the game is played Sunday, it's all going to be forgotten.
Yeah, I don't know, Tausch, if you think this, but I kind of find it hard to believe that anything that's written or said in the media Monday through Saturday has any impact on the game Sunday. I don't think it really does. But
I will say this: I think in the grand scheme, no. But there's a reason people say bulletin board material, and when you're talking about things that are razor's edge competitive wise, the focus will go up with guys when there's certain things said or done. And anytime you can gain a little edge in anything, and especially in this business, I do think it matters.
Yeah, the situations that I guess I've probably seen it matter are when a team is attacked or a player is attacked from the outside, right? Like that's when guys, if let's say the media or a reporter or an analyst went after a certain guy for something, and guys really liked him, they rallied around him, and it caused sort of a galvanizing impact. But this is not that situation. This is a situation where it was instigated from inside the locker room, not the other way around.
Self-inflicted.
Yep.
Yeah, self-inflicted.
Yep.
Yeah, and again, my point is, if you're bothered by the people on Twitter who post video of you playing and say you're washed or time to give it up, brother, if that was the impetus for this, and for you to go out and announce that you are no longer going to play through injuries because you don't want to deal with people who are jerks on Twitter about it, that I have a problem with. And that's why, Jason. Yeah, that's why, Jason. I just wish he would have explained who the they was in that sentence. Like, if it's the coaches and they're downgrading him, on the film, I think maybe he's got a fair point there.
Sure.
Sure.
But
if
it's just the media and analysts and fans, then I don't know. That's what you get paid for, right? Like you're making the big bucks, and with that comes criticism, and it's just like it's like with us too. I mean, like I me, I tried not to look at the comments whenever possible, and I think I've gotten better at it. Although every once in a while, I still see one that prompts me to reply. But I mean, like that's part of the gig.
All right, your first year on the beat, my second year on the beat, the Packers went to the Super Bowl in San Diego. I've told this story many times on the media bus to Qualcomm, Jack Murphy, whatever it was called then. A young Jason Wilde said, I don't see any way the Packers lose this game. Do you see any way the Packers lose to the lowly Carolina Panthers on Christmas Eve in Charlotte?
I wouldn't think so. I don't know if I feel as good about this as I felt about games where the Packers have had a good team. Like the crazy thing is, like, the Broncos obviously were a really good team. They got to the Super Bowl, yet I felt better about that because I thought the Packers were really good. This one is a really bad team that they're playing, but yet the Packers are flawed. So if it makes any sense, I would feel a little bit more uneasy about this than I would a game like that. Or even remember the game, was it 97 or 98 when they went to the Colts? The Colts were like 0-10.
97.
And the Packers, that same season, the Packers got beat. They were probably had one loss at that time, or maybe they were undefeated. I can't even remember. And they lost to an 0-10 Colts team. I mean, like that, those are ones that, you don't see coming because the Packers are really good. This one, because they're not so good, you almost have to at least keep that little shred in the back of your mind and be prepared that it could happen.
Tausch, can we let Rob go? He's got to get ready for practice.
I got to get to practice here in like 10 minutes. Get to work, Rob.
Get to work. Don't avoid De'Vondre Campbell.
Send us some more of your
let us know what Rudy Ford has to say today.
We'll do it. All right, see you guys.
All right, that is Rob Demovsky. You can read both his work that is published and his work that maybe doesn't see the light of day.
Jason, that's a good idea, man. You guys should, your little clique, you guys, because you pre-write some stuff, you should keep it and put out a unpublished, or however you do it at the end of the year, the stories that we thought, and just put it out there. And I think it'll do better than the book that you wrote.
Well, that's a pretty low bar, that's for sure. Wait till I write the Mark Tauscher story. That'll sell a lot better.
Once you get Dick Bennett's story, then we can talk.
I wish he was. I wish he was open to that.
No, you have to go and persuade.
All right. Well, after the Packer season, I'm
going
out
to that. Take him
Nakusa.
up to that archaeological dig. That'll inspire him.
I'm on their website now. Thanks to Sarah for sending me the link. I'm checking it out. She highly recommends it, just like her husband does. I highly recommend that if you need some legal advice, if you've been injured, call David Gruber and Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Or go to Gruber Law Office's website, gruber-law.com, to find out more about the firm, find out more about all the lawyers that are there, find out about the firm's history, and most importantly, check out all the great things they do in our community. I told you about their Shop with a Buck program with a bunch of Bucks players who went shopping with kids in the area in Milwaukee. It's a great thing they do. It's just one of the many, many things that David and his team do. So again, gruber-law.com to find out more. An abbreviated Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Happy New Year and Happy New Engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. Well, it's always a good time to get that special someone in your life a beautiful gift. And when I'm in need of a new piece of jewelry, Chalmers Jewelers is my go-to place. Whether I want a timeless classic or a one-of-a-kind piece, Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison has just what I'm looking for. My life has been made so much easier thanks to the great team over at Chalmers Jewelers, and is the reason I keep going back for more. Visit chalmersjewelers.com to find your perfect new piece of jewelry today.
Ho, 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 I need a window.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So where do I go? Ho,
Come
ho.
on, Santa. Go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months.
Pella now, pay later. Ho,
That's right, Santa. Plus, our elves install year-round and in as little as 1 day. Offer ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. You heard me talk about them for years. I have my big blue truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. It is a Silverado. If you're in the market for a new or new to you Chevy Silverado or Colorado, I recommend Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Go see my guy Dan out there. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. If your mattress isn't quite right, chances are you're not sleeping as well as you should be. Steinhoffel's exclusive Discover Your Sleep system maps your body and sleeping position, and then finds the perfect mattress for you through science. So, stop in and find your perfect mattress with the Discover Your Sleep system, only at Steinhoffel's. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka is there on game day for every fan. Find cocktail recipes at titosvodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Let's not waste another minute. Time now for Won't Ellen.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocca's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
All right, we would be remiss if we didn't ask Badgers radio analyst Mark Tauscher.
Ooh.
his thoughts on the Badgers' 2024 recruiting class, which on paper looked like a pretty good one, including flipping Robert Booker of Wanakee from UCLA back to Wisconsin yesterday afternoon. Tausch, what'd you think of everything yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're obviously, I think Luke Fickell said something, 13 states, spreading around, and the brand, how strong the Wisconsin brand is. A lot of four-star kids on the list. That stuff is all great because for as much as we take a ton of pride in developing walk-ons and one-star and two-star, there's a reason Georgia and Alabama and Ohio State are in that mix, because as the late Denny Tauscher always said, talent outs, because it's true. So a lot of talent infusion. Defensive line, obviously a spot that I think really you needed you needed more talent and more bodies. So I think everybody should be excited. This is, I think, a big part of why there was so much optimism when this hire was announced, and now you're starting to see that class come together. There's still some portal stuff. There's going to be other stuff, but I think everybody has to be excited, but you also better understand there's been plenty of five-star kids that have come through, and they have not made the same impact that other kids. So it's about developing whatever talent you get. It's just nice. I always want more talent, and I think Wisconsin did a nice job yesterday getting that.
So these are high school recruits heading into college. This is not a transfer portal crowd. This is mostly high school players.
Not yesterday.
That are going.
There have been some portal announcements, obviously, earlier, but yesterday was kind of that first decision day.
And the big one, and I heard Alex Strofe talking about it in our Badger Minute. How do you get a guy to change his mind? I guess you hope that the pull of staying home is the biggest factor there, but I suppose there's other factors as well. But that one is a huge one. Jesse, you've seen Wanakee play. That guy's a beast. That's a big get.
Yeah, his state championship performance against the Badgers at Camp Randall Stadium was pretty impressive. So that's a huge get to flip from UCLA to Wisconsin. Like that's huge. So I'm really looking forward to what Booker does long term.
Could you have gone and played at UCLA, Tausch? Homebody
Absolutely.
state guy. It's a long way away.
No, I could have.
You wouldn't have missed. Your parents wouldn't have been able to go to the games.
It's L.A. Like, you're gonna have fun. there.
Listen,
big L.A. guy,
if
Tausch is.
someone would have offered me anything, I would have probably been very interested, because that means they're interested in you. I was not offered anything, and obviously it worked out great for me. I grinded and fought and scrapped and competed. But yeah, Wisconsin would have been right there. That's obviously the place I would have loved to have went, and thankfully our basketball team was good enough to get me that opportunity, because it wasn't my football team or my football skills that got me there.
All right. Well,
speaking of that, that's not breaking news. Giannis gonna play tonight. Probable. Feel a lot better. Wish that news would have broke a little bit earlier. Thank you, Tom Olson, for breaking that news to me. Unless he's lying to me just so that our show got more fun. And I'm also a little nervous that he maybe is lying to me. Tom doesn't lie, though.
No, he does not.
You think he hired Chris Haynes to report that Giannis was probable just to bring your
spirits
up?
Be a Tommy Olson
that
character.
Would be a bold move if that's what he did. I don't think that's what he did, but at this point, you just never know.
All right, Tausch, tell us about Coors Light before we run out of show.
Well, we're going to be celebrating with a Yanni performance tonight with a Coors Light brew, the three-step cold process, cold lager, cold filter, and it is cold packaged, so it's made to chill in those mountains. Oh, baby, those mountains. Make sure Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans are blue. That's when you know it's chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We will close out the show next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com. Three-star tight end recruit Robert Booker II of Waunakee High School flipped his commitment back from UCLA to Wisconsin during National Signing Day on Wednesday. Booker on Prep Mania on ESPN Madison Wednesday night.
When I made the decision at first to leave the program, that I was looking at it more as like looking out for my future, more like a business look, but I wasn't really following what my heart was telling me to do.
Find the full conversation with Robert Booker II in the Prep Mania podcast feed on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts.
Unwrap your gift now, but pay later. Right now at Pella, put no money down, no payment, and no interest for up to 18 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Catch Disco Fever this New Year's Eve with Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and our Disco Eve celebration.
We have promotions going all day and night on Sunday, December 31st with plenty of ways to win.
Like our Pick a Prize promotion with 18 cash prize winners in the afternoon.
Plus a $24,000 grand prize awarded at 7 p.m.
And be here for our hot ticket drawings with 14 different $1,000 winners selected between 7:30 p.m. and just past midnight.
Get your New Year's Eve groove on at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25x on my money during the football season, and now I get to play during the basketball season as well. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you just place an entry. Pretty simple. And now you get to pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So for me, I'm going to go Jordan Love, and then I'll go Giannis and Dallas Dame. If I want to go 3-pointers made, rushing touchdowns, can do it. Prize Picks is that simple to play. Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app.
Go to prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/WI, code WI.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Football Sunday on ESPN Radio. It's a critical Christmas Eve showdown in Minneapolis. The Vikings sit 3 games behind the Lions in the NFC North. Will Detroit clinch the division?
Sunday on 100.5 ESPN.
So Yanni, as he was called earlier in the show, expected now to play tonight. He's been upgraded to probable. Is it also probable that you're going to have another late night and tomorrow might be, you might be a little ornery?
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
You never know, Jason.
Would you say
in
that's
Milwaukee,
probable?
It's a whole, I think as I always am, I think I will bring a lot to the show and bring a ton of professionalism.
You got time for a nap today?
I'm really irritated with you. Real irritated.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
maybe I'll try to grab
fun.
a nap. That's a good idea. I will, Jason. Thank you.
Have
a
fun.
great
Enjoy
time.
the game. And we look forward to you being bright-eyed, bushy-tailed like
I
Jack
can't wait
Rabbit
to hear
Mama.
your steak story with David Gruber.
I believe the steak story has gone the way of the white buffalo, and we'll just be prepared for tomorrow's preview of the Christmas Eve matchup. Try to get somebody else engaged.
Say hi to our friends.
That would be great. Say hi to Austin and Sarah for us. Enjoy. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin.